and welcome everyone to our brand new Call of Cthulhu campaign, Tracks of Terror. I'm so happy to see so many familiar faces here today, bringing them all together after so long of not playing. So, we're gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are and who we're playing. I'm Lindy, I'll be the keeper of arcane lore for today, and let's just go around. On this side, we've got Hotflakes Tom. How are you today, sir?
I'm alright, thank you. I'm alright. A little achy, but apart from that, not too bad. It's because I've got a sore boob, that's all. But I'm alright now. It's getting better.
I'm glad.
But yeah, I'm alright. I'm going to be playing Ryan Hawkes, Senior.
Yes.
If people recognize the name back from the Encounter role-playing days, this is his grandfather.
Excellent. So, yeah. Wonderful. Can't wait to learn more about him. But next we have my puzzle piece in life, Susanna Grace. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you, Lindy. I'm so excited to be in a game that you GM. Is this the first time
I've GM'd you in one episode of Degrees of Madness. And it was a crazy time.
Yes, it was. So I'm very excited, and I'll be playing Wilhelmina Staunton, a recently widowed painter from England who's found herself on a Wild West adventure. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Is the motto of Frost from Fire. Charlie, how are you?
I'm scared. It's been like 2 or 3 years since I've done this. And I'm suddenly very aware I have a face. I've been able to get away with role-playing without a face for a long time. I'm going to do my best to remember that everyone can now see me when I make funny voices. And I'm going to be making a funny voice as my character, August Hope, he's a cowboy, and he means very well in life. Things are going to be great. The cosmic horror, I mean, that sounds mighty modern, Lindy. But yeah, super excited to delve into this, see where we end up, and how long my beautiful himbo baby boy lasts.
I'm excited for that too. And I'm also excited for Doc Rimbo's new character. First time on this channel too.
This is my first time on your channel. First time with you GMing me. Yes. Of course, we played before, and I'm playing Edison Jones, who's a character that I've also gotten away with RPing without a face for a while now. Who over on Red Dead Roleplay, and he is a law person over there, but here he is a lawyer and investigator, and is otherwise the same. So, very bland and smart. And that's it.
Someone I would never call bland, but would call smart, would be Hollowtail. Steve, how are you?
That's big praise on both the not bland and smart part. I'm doing good, Lindy. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be playing with you. It's been years, same as Charlie here as well. So I'm going to have to be very aware that I'm on camera at all times as well. So if I pull funny faces, that's why. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm playing Bucky Boone today as well, who is definitely not a con man. He's in fact a legitimate businessman, perhaps a vicar. Who knows? It depends on the day. So pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you is what I would say to Kate Madison RP, but I believe she's on a call, so who wants to do an impersonation of Kate Madison RP? Volunteers.
Me, the one who's not British.
There you go, do it, you.
Okay, all right, you got it.
Go.
Oh, hello,
Kate.
I'm Kate. I'm from England, and I did acting, and now I'm on a telephone call.
It sounds a lot like Tom Swamp Queen character.
Queenie's back.
It really does.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And that is all of our players for today's game. So we're gonna introduce you to the setting. My segues were surprisingly okay today. That won't be the case for the rest of this campaign, so everyone got off lucky. We are in the United States of America and its territories in 1883. We start off in California. It is a beautiful Friday, April 6th. I'm sorry, I have a calendar. I believe it's Friday, April 6th, 1983. I'll put the calendar in our Discord as a handout for people because it's entertaining. I hope y'all like handouts, because that's what you're gonna get. And we are in San Francisco, Sacramento area. Everyone here has been contacted by Othniel Marsh, famous paleontologist of the era. If you want to learn more about him, look into the Bone Wars. Just Google it. Google Bone Wars.
Trust us and Google Bone
Trust us
Wars.
and Google it. He is the current president of the National Academy of Sciences, and totally not a petty motherfucker, who is just at odds with his rival at all times. But he has contacted this group of people individually, they're not a group yet, to request them to go to Colorado via the Pacific Union Railroad, the Transcontinental Railroad as we know it today. The Central Pacific Railroad is the first leg of the trip, to look into a missing professor. Professor Arthur Lakes has gone missing. He had messaged Marsh saying he had found a potentially game-changing discovery for the field of paleontology, and he hasn't been heard from since. He has tried to contact Lakes, and Lakes' wife has said, I don't know where he is. I thought you knew. So these guys are being sent to Colorado, Golden, Colorado, to investigate. We're gonna start off with introducing each character, and just seeing, because their train doesn't leave till 7:50 p.m. from Sacramento Station, so they have the whole day ahead of them to pack, get ready, say their goodbyes, get whatever done that they need to get done before they go. So we're gonna start off with... Hi, Kate. Welcome back. Doc did your intro for you. So...
That's fine. Good. Yeah, I apologize for anyone watching.
It was
I'm,
really good.
Having
It was so
to half
good.
work, and I thought no one will call, and of course, as soon as we start, somebody
Right.
calls.
I'm used to my husband being on call during games, so this is nothing new for me. I just segue the hell out
Fingers
of
crossed that's the last one.
Let's start off today. Everyone here is so delicious. I think we have to start, though... Oh, my lap is freed. With my puzzle piece. Let's start off with Mina.
I knew it was me.
Mina.
I tried to avoid eye contact. And I knew it was going to be
I
me,
think that's
so-
why I chose you. I was like, Susie's not making eye contact. Let's choose her. So, Wilhelmina, Miss Staunton, Ms. Staunton, you are widowed. What are you doing before you get on the railroad? Oh, by the way, I will have everyone know that the tickets for the railroad are paid for. Your ticket for the travel and for the sleeper car, because that's an additional fare, is paid for. And it is the equivalent of $3,500 per person in modern dollars. It is $107 in 1883. Your meals will not be paid for. You gotta buy food yourself. But the really expensive part is paid for. So, Mina, you've got your ticket. What are you doing to get ready for today's journey?
I think
Could be a couple months.
for Mina, she's having quite a leisurely morning. Unlike me on the day of a trip where I'm running around like a headless chicken. Mina wakes up at sort of quite a late 8 a.m. for her. She's quite an early riser, but she has a leisurely breakfast with a nice spot of tea in the morning. She puts the finishing touches on a couple of little paintings that are due to be sent out, and she waits for the courier that was previously appointed to come and collect them. And then all her stuff is already packed and ready. It's been packed for a week. And so she's basically just having a very relaxing time waiting for the time for her carriage. She's got a little cup of saucer that she puts out for the neighborhood cats in her little apartment in San Francisco. Knowing that it's not going to be a while since she's going to be back, she puts out a little bit extra.
Very nice.
And she hands over a little bit of extra money to whoever maintains it's not like her house, it's like a little apartment.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
So she makes sure, she checks in with the landlady that everything's going to be.
It's probably, let's say it's a landlady, and she's like 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Amina checks in with her and makes sure that everything's going to be okay while she's gone. And if she's desperately in need of getting in touch with her. Send a
Huh?
letter to. Huh?
Huh? What?
Sorry, dear. If I'm going to be gone for around a month, maybe a little more.
Honeymoon?
No, darling.
Oh,
No. My husband's dead. You remember?
right. Yes. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. So I'm going to be gone for about a month.
All
I've
right.
paid a little extra.
Oh, good.
Just to make sure that everything's okay while I'm gone.
Excellent. I won't rent out your room.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
Safe travels.
Thank you. Well, have a lovely time.
Huh?
Goodbye.
Bye. She's a little hard of hearing.
And Amina even she's like,
Yeah.
whew. And so she packs up her little trunk, her little go bag.
Yeah, how heavy do you pack? I have a special information letter for everyone here. It includes stopover privileges and baggage. You are allowed 100 pounds free luggage. After that, it's 10 to 15% of your fare, which you probably don't want to pay. So, do you have a small trunk, a suitcase, a big trunk, multiple trunks? What is, how heavy does Mina pack? Does she pack all her art supplies? How is she pack?
She has a small trunk for her clothing because Mina is going through a period of mourning as her husband has recently passed.
Yes.
So as per Victorian tradition back in England, she has very set clothing that she's supposed to wear. So it's all very plain, very black. There's no jewelry. There's not a lot of ornamentation. It's very I'm sad, my husband's dead. So she's got a trunk full of that. So it's all very bland, very she's got a difference in fabrics. She's got some lighter stuff for warmer weather.
Because you're supposed to transition into other fabrics as the months go by too, yes?
Yeah. So she's got that. So I think she's got a pretty stacked small trunk. I think that's as full as it can be.
Okay.
And then she has a little personal easel that's kind of like a briefcase.
Yes.
So she can put her paints and pencils and stuff in, and she has that with her. And then she also has a little carpet bag that has her personal items in them.
Excellent. So you are well within the luggage weight bounds, and the porters will be more than happy to help you with your luggage. Is there anything else she does on her way out, or does she just head out? Oh, could you please, I'm so sorry, could you describe Mina for us?
Mina is a average height, average build, white woman around 47, 48 years old. So she's got a little bit of age to her, and she's got a couple of little wrinkles, little fine lines that are showing. As I mentioned, she's in mourning, so her clothing is very drab, very dark, and she has a very simple little black bonnet that she wears. Her hair is a mousy brown color, and it's kind of tied up in a very tight, but very simple, very not over the top, sort of very Victorian era. She's not wearing any sort of cosmetics or anything like that.
Oh,
She's
yes. Well, you're not a harlot, so.
No, she's a lady.
Yes.
So, yeah. She just looks like your average run-of-the-mill Victorian school mom, but a bit less severe.
A little less severe. I love that. So you get your bags, your luggage, you're able to get a carriage to take you to the San Francisco train station. You'll get to Sacramento by the afternoon, with plenty of time to spare to get on to the Central Pacific Railroad. We're gonna cut away from Mina. She's riding her little, small train, the local train, to get to the big train. And we'll now check in on, let's go to the other side of the overlay, for, I think, quite a drastic change of personality, probably. Bucky Boone.
All right.
What are you up to this afternoon, this morning, afternoon? What time of day? What are you doing before getting on the train?
I think it's afternoon. He's just led a sermon that he definitely didn't mostly riff through. He's currently a vicar in a church. He's been here for a few months. He's gotten in with the local community. Communion and donations have been very generous. He's grateful for that. And he is currently looking for a way out, but he feels bad about leaving these people, as after all, he is definitely not a vicar. But he's enjoyed his time here. He thinks he may have found God in some way.
Yeah, Sacramento's a great place. I mean, it's in the name, Sacrament.
It is.
That probably went pretty far in your sermons. Yeah. So yeah, you get you're having your last sermon here. And your congregation comes up to you. Could you describe Bucky Boone for us before we get to your congregation?
So currently he's wearing, his priest's vestments and the wonderful little collar. And otherwise he's got sort of quite dark hair, but it is graying in areas, even though he's not too old. He's only about 33, but he looks like he's lived through more than that. He's apparently incredibly handsome with a very high appearance.
You've got a ridiculously high appearance.
However, despite that, he tries to make himself look as plain as possible, but does have a winning smile.
Difficult. Yeah, difficult to do with an appearance of, what is it, 80?
Of 80.
Yeah. He's a looker. So your congregation, unbeknownst to maybe some people, there's a trend. There's a lot of widows.
Oh.
And, you have a heavy female percentage to your congregation, let's just say. Very heavy, very heavy. There's some other couples and stuff, families as well, but there's a lot. It's always the widows and the young eligible ladies that come up to, say how good your sermon was afterwards. What is your reverend name? Is it Reverend Boone, or do you have an alias for your reverend?
I think he's gone with Reverend Boone for now. He's never told anybody his first name, so he thinks that's fine.
So he thinks that's fine. I love this. So after your sermon, you see a couple. Did you announce that it's your last sermon? Because you have to
I don't think he has. I think currently he's undecided, but he's probably going to leave. But he likes the drama of that.
Oh,
so...
yeah. You leave some broken hearts. So there's a few young ladies that come up to you afterwards, and they're like, Reverend Boone, we were just wondering if we could ask you a couple questions about the church potluck next week.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, yeah, of course you can.
Is there anything in particular that we should provide?
Oh, well, I mean, your winning smiles are always nice.
You're so kind, Reverend Boone.
It isn't kind, it's just the way that God wants us to be.
Oh, and they just melt.
You should get going. I'm sure there's a lot of things you can do today that you need to be on with, so have a good one. I'll be right here tomorrow for another sermon. Don't you worry.
We'll be here, Reverend Boone.
And as will I, every day in the vision of God.
Oh, so pious, so dedicated. I love a dedicated man. And they chat to each other as they walk away. And there's an old guy who's sweeping the church. Just after you're done, there's so many little ramshackle temporary churches that were abandoned in favor of more modern ones that you probably hook up an abandoned one to do this in. But it's getting swept and it's been maintained pretty well since you've been. How long have you been here, Reverend Boone?
I've been here about 3 months. He's been keeping sermons pretty often. He's been looking after the local community, and he enjoys the aspect of being given so much, and I think he's settled in quite a bit.
And of course, most of the people put some money in the alms box on their way out to help fix up the church.
Does help.
Every bit helps. And it's not long before the old man's finished sweeping up and goes, I'll see you later, Reverend Boone.
I'll see you later,
It's
too.
his cane.
Make sure you have a wonderful evening, and we'll make sure we keep it a bit tidier tomorrow, eh?
Oh, I'll do my best, Reverend Boone.
You do wonderful. I'm sure God or Jesus is happy with you.
Nods and wobbles out with his cane, leaving you alone in this, with lots of large gaps church.
I'll miss this place. Oh, well, he takes off his collar and pops that on the side, and then we'll get to sort of making the place look as inconspicuous as possible, aside from that collar which he leaves right on the plinth at the front. But otherwise, he gets ready to duck out the back with the communion offerings.
Wonderful. Yeah, and that's not too hard for you to do because you've got everybody here fooled. They're expecting you to be here tomorrow, and if they're gossiping anywhere, it's out front, not out back. So, slip out and head to the train station. You do have a very expensive first-class ticket.
Yeah, and he sort of changes clothes a bit to make himself look a bit more the part and walks onto the station and out of there.
Yeah. What are the clothes that look a bit more the part? Are you dressed a bit more
He's got a fancier
polish.
suit on,
Yeah.
quite a nice long coat and a good top hat on.
Excellent.
He's put a pair of glasses on rather than having none, There's no lenses in them, but...
I was gonna say, are they like non-prescription? Or are they just glass lenses? Yeah.
They're just glass.
Yeah.
Fine.
Wonderful. I'm here for this. And away from our con man, we'll put a pin in him. Well, in that situation, we're not gonna put a pin in. And we'll go down to let's see, Edison Jones. What is Edison doing this fine day?
Edison is doing what he does every Friday, which is he has luncheon at noon at an upscale restaurant in Sacramento, or as upscale as they have.
Yeah, it's not quite San Francisco, but it's
There
nice.
is linen on the table.
Oh yes, of course.
and forks and knives and things like that. And he is seated at the table and has ordered the same thing he orders every week, which is leek soup with no additional flavoring and a glass of room temperature water.
Excellent.
And he is looking at it and he's not eating yet. And when the staff comes to take away the opposite setting, of the other seat, he stops them because he's expecting a guest, which is unusual.
Oh, they look surprised as they see you here every Friday. The staff, it's a waiter. He's Chinese. Most of the waiters in Sacramento are. A lot of cook staff is Chinese in this era, in this state. And they go, "Oh, are you expecting someone, Mr. Jones?"
Yes. I have plans for a colleague to join me, so if you could leave the place setting, I will be paying for his lunch as well. I do not know what he wishes to eat, but I suppose that's your job, and not mine.
Yes, it is. Could we have a name to expect so we can guide them to this?
We are expecting Mr. August Hope,
Yes, sir.
and
I will
should be
look over
arriving
the
soon.
front
I told
note.
him noon, and it is 12:01, so you can see the pressure that I'm under.
Understandable, Mr. Jones. We will check. Maybe they are waiting at the front. Check, and he
Perhaps.
adjusts the fork back to its exact proper position, and then goes to check at the front to see if August has showed up at Mr. Hope.
Edison reaches over and straightens all the silverware
Yes.
more precisely.
Yes. Excellent. And Charlie, is August on time or is he late?
Oh, well, ma'am, I'm a little late on account of I went to the wrong restaurant, and this one's a lot fancier than I was expecting. I'm trying to figure out if I should still have my hat on or not.
Yes, off would be your general indicator. Yeah.
And he's got it in his hands, and they're kind of large hands with some calluses on from work. He's a tall guy, relatively handsome, freshly shaven because he has a very important meeting with Mr. Jones. Sandy colored hair, bleached from being out in the sun. And he's looking very nervous, and he's one of those guys that's just not quite aware of how tall he is. Yeah. Not quite aware, that he's a fully grown man. He still thinks he's a 12-year-old boy inside. So he's, very apologetic to everyone. As ladies are coming in, he's hurrying to grab the door so they can, step through clear ahead of him. And so far he's moved himself back in line about 4 or 5 places, and all the time he's kind of fretting because he knows that Mr. Jones is waiting for him.
And you're in line about 4 or 5 places back. They're at the reception desk, because it is an upscale restaurant, so reservations are not uncommon here. Though there is a bit of walk-in space, they just have to get people seated per section, and it takes time. But you see someone go up to the person at the front and something. Is there a August Hope here?
Oh, that's me.
Could you follow the waiter?
August, hi. Yep.
Thank you.
Following.
Mr. Jones is expecting you.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you coming and getting me. I'm on my way.
And the waiter comes over to you and goes, please this way.
After you.
And leads you through the restaurant towards probably a section near the back that has the perfect amount of lighting with the window. It's the ideal 2-person table in this restaurant. And it is on reserve every Friday for Mr. Edison Jones. And you see him at noon. And you see him there, and it is 12:06.
And Edison doesn't look up, but he doesn't look at August, but gestures to the seat across from him, wordlessly. Says,
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is my table.
August, I was expecting you 6 minutes ago.
Yes, sir. That is my mistake. It's a real nice restaurant. I apologize. I'd be happy to pay if there's a late fee or
There is
some
not.
such.
No apology is necessary, but if we are going to be undertaking this journey together, I expect you to strive to be more punctual.
Right, sir. And August hurries to sit down. He pulls the chair out. He sits down. His legs get tucked under the table just about without knocking anything. And he's just clearly very conscious of his movements now that he's in front of Mr. Jones.
We have another issue to discuss, August. Do you own a necktie or a cravat?
My daddy ain't let me buy no land yet, but I do has a tie.
They are both neckwear. We will procure one for you before our journey. Hopefully the waitstaff here will overlook your dress.
Oh, right, sir. And he's trying to push back his hair with his hand. The hat is now firmly fallen off of his lap onto the floor, and he's like, do I reach down and get it? No, I better just leave it. Just pretend it's not there anymore.
The waiter picks it up and places it on a hat hook on the wall next to the table.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
August, have you prepared?
Yes, sir.
We are departing this evening. You have all of your things packed.
Yes, sir. I followed that list you gave me to the letter. I didn't see no necktie on there, but I'll be sure to add it on the bottom.
Well, when I said formal wear, I assumed that you had one, but now I see that that's a problem. Still, we will make sure that you are properly outfitted. Mr. Marsh is a very well-respected man in his field. We want to leave a good impression.
Of course, sir. Now, was there anything else you wanted me to pick up for you before we was leaving town?
Yes, I have left my suitcase and my valise at my apartment building. You can go there and get it from my major domo, Irving, and meet me at the train station. Oh, what time is our train departing? Do I know what time the train's departing?
It would depart at 7:55.
Okay. So he said, the train is departing at 7:55. I will expect you there at 6:55 in case it decides to depart early.
Yes, sir, and I'll be bringing your dinner as per your specifications.
Yes, and what was that? Do you remember what I listed?
That's right. It was cucumber, no seasonings, between 2 white slices of bread, no butter.
Yes, that's correct. A cucumber sandwich.
Prepared no more than 5 minutes beforehand, lest the bread become soggy.
That's what I was waiting for. Good. I can see you have at least some intelligence and pay attention to detail. I'm sure that we will have an enjoyable trip, and maybe we will get to see some fossils or some dinosaur bones. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Yes, sir. Very exciting. Now, my mama did express some concerns in her last letter that you should be eating a more filling diet, sir.
Please let your mother know that I carefully monitor my caloric intake and that I am suitably healthy for a man of 42 years. She need not worry.
I reassured her you knew all the best medicines.
It would be best if you sent that letter before we departed. I don't know what the postal system is like in Colorado.
Oh, my daddy told me it was most annoying.
Annoying, that's troubling. All right.
Yes, it'd be most troubling for you, sir, on account of the annoyance of it is that it's barely existent.
That's even worse. All right, well, we'll have to make do.
He said that it chooses to exist once per a blue moon on a calendar day on which a blue moon does not occur.
Does your father live in Colorado?
No, sir, but he does work in the post office.
I see. Well, I trust his judgment then. We will prepare accordingly and, I suppose, make do the best we can. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to enjoy my soup.
Which arrives as you say, I will enjoy your soup.
He looks at it and he takes a taste of it, and then he takes his room temperature water and pours a little bit of it into the bowl to bland it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And
there's
he
room
looks at
in
August
the bowl
and he
for
says,
you to do that.
Yeah, he looks at August and he says, I think this member of the waitstaff is new. I think I tasted some salt.
I do see some steam rising, sir.
He blows on it. Tries to cool
Please,
it off.
allow me. And he picks up the bowl and he gently like wafts his huge hand over the top of it.
I know I hired you
And
for
then
a
places
reason,
it back
Snow.
down.
This is good.
Delightful. And August, you may order whatever you wish off this menu. General, pretty much.
Oh, I'm
standard
much
fare.
too scared in case they expect me to know which fork is for what, so I just sit here very polite unless I'm told to order some food directly.
Okay. There will be table bread placed down at the very least. And yeah, there you go. It's good table
August, would you wish to see a menu?
I reckon I have what you're having.
Oh, good, yes. The leek soup here is the best in the city.
It looks very fresh.
Yes.
And then leek soup and the preceding courses are brought out to both of you. It's quite good, I will say. August's has notable more amounts of seasoning and you know,
maybe even pepper?
garnishes. Yeah.
And when Jones is not looking, August is tearing huge hunks of that bread off and putting it in the soup.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more bulked up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is makes it quite tasty. You know, if not, you know, the most filling, it's very tasty. You guys have a lovely dinner before you make your way to, well, lunch before you make your way to get the bags and bring them to the train station. It's going to be a whole ordeal. And while that ordeal is going on, I think we will check in. We'll save the oldie but goodie for last. And we'll go to Miss Kitty Cartwright. Kate, oh, I'm sorry. Did I have Edison Jones describe himself? I know we got an August descriptor. Yes. Let's do that real quick.
Edison Jones is a white male, aged 42. He is 6 feet tall precisely.
Oh.
He wears a suit, a 3-piece suit in colors of white and black with colorful accents of gray. He also suffers from alopecia, so he does not have any hair anywhere on his body. He wears spectacles on the bridge of his nose that are highly reflective and very thick.
Very thin. Wonderful. Excellent. Thank
No,
you.
thick.
Oh, thick, very thick. Nice. Coke bottle lenses there. And then we go over to Miss Cartwright. Kate, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. Kitty is pacing a little. She is a bit impatient to go. She's also had her bags packed for basically since she knew it was happening, since the tickets arrived. She packed the bags. She has semi-repeatedly packed the bags a little bit, at least I think with certain items. I think she packed sort of basic clothes and basic things quite early on, but she then has kind of repeatedly gone through and gone, should I take this book or this thing? She's sort of there's a lot of things in a way she wants to take or she thinks could be important. So she's done a lot of back and forth thing about what she can take, and she's definitely doesn't want to go over the limit or even have too much stuff. She's packed the minimal amount in a way of what she would need clothes wise and amenities, but certain books, her journal and letters from her father that she wanted to take with her have sort of been back and forth, and she's whittled it down a bit. But yeah, she is kind of being a little impatient at this point because she is so eager to go, and yeah, is just sort of twiddling her thumbs a little and flipping through things. And I think she's probably rereading her letter from her father, the last one she got, and yeah, is kind of nervous and excited by the prospect of this trip.
Excellent. And do you live with your aunt? Is that where you? Is that your situation?
Yes, she is currently living with her aunt. I think she's sort of in this sort of side annex almost, or tries to be. She's tried to annex herself off a little bit.
Yeah.
To try and give herself some privacy and something, but she doesn't have the means to really go out and rent. She could probably go and rent a room, but she kind of knows that money-wise and everything, it makes more sense to stay with her aunt.
Yep.
Even if she then has to put up with her aunt and the sort of not specifically nagging necessarily, but the wills of her aunt for her to do various things that she should be doing of a lady of her age, if she wants to make means of herself and that. So that's probably another reason why she's quite eager for this trip to finally happen, because she has sort of, to a certain degree, wanted out for a while. And this will give her at least a little bit of that. And then her aunt can only get to her with letters, and it's not so bad.
Oh, the telegraph. We do have access to the telegram.
That's true. Telegrams will be a little more immediate. So, but she can only say so much. So it
She
can't
can
be a long
only
nag.
say so many words. That word
Yes.
limit, though. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, you're looking forward to less words from your aunt at fewer intervals.
Less words. Yes. Yeah. They get along. But it's just. And I think she understands where her aunt comes from, and her aunt has had to take her in essentially for the last 5 years, and is probably also thinking, by this point, because Kitty is 29 years old, so she's on the edge of she should be married, and
You're practically a spinster already.
yes, and so her aunt is very much like, you need to let go and move on. Come on. It's going to be, otherwise it's too late. And then what are you going to do with your time?
Speaking of which, there's a knock at your door. Little rap.
I fold away the letter and tuck it in the suitcase under some of the garments and stuff, and just shut it down. Come in.
Kitty,
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing? You all packed up for your little adventure?
Yes. Yes, I'm all ready to go. Am I good to leave now? I know I need to catch the tram and things.
Do you need to catch the train? We'd hate for you to be late. I just wanted to have a few words with you before you go, Kitty.
Of course.
Yes, so I've made it quite clear how I feel about you. You should need to move on with your life, but if this trip helps you get closure, I am all for it. However, I do think you should be open-minded on this journey. You're going to be on a very fancy train. Maybe there'll be some nice young men or not so young men on this train that are of eligible and potentially wealthy status.
Yes, it's possibly true.
I've heard this new word. It's called multitasking. You can do your adventure, look into your father's whereabouts, and look, because you're already looking, for eligible men to marry.
Yes, I am.
You're almost
I will-
30, Kitty.
Okay. Yes, I know, but we're in the modern age. I
Yes.
don't need to.
That's why you have a chance still.
Right. Well, I will certainly.
Honey, if
look
this
it
was
out.
80 years ago, you'd be off the market by now.
Well, if only. But yes, absolutely. I will certainly keep my eyes open, and I have.
I need you to promise me that you'll keep your eyes open and your mind, eyes and mind and heart, all of the above, just open, not your legs though.
Oh goodness me, no.
Wait, although at this point, if they peek a little bit, that'll be all right. Anything that helps.
What? No. I will do what is
Not wide open.
necessary.
Yes, what is
Okay.
necessary, darling. That is the attitude you need to keep in mind.
Yes, I will keep that in mind, and I will certainly do whatever it takes to move on and
Yes.
make a place
To move
for
on in more
myself.
than one way. Yes,
Of course.
exactly.
so that
So
I can
glad.
find my own place at some point. That would be
Yes.
nice. I'm sure for both of us.
No, I'm sure it'll be good. I would love to go to your wedding.
I will I will write the invite already with just the name left out for the other person.
That's
gosh,
I
look at the
have
time.
papers.
Yeah. Okay. I flip the. I fasten the suitcase and be like, "Well, I really must be going."
Yes, we'd hate for you to be late. Maybe if you get there early, you can spot all the men as they come onto the train.
That's why I really want to get there early.
Oh,
That's why.
let me help you with this.
Hi,
then.
everyone on the station. Let's go.
She helps you lift your bags up.
I look around the room for any last minute things that I might have forgotten. And I and head out.
Hmm. She goes, "Oh, and I packed you a few things," and she hands you like a little gift box.
Oh goodness!
Just open it
Okay.
once you're on the train.
I will. I will definitely
Alright.
have a look at this. Okay. Thank you
Wonderful.
very much.
Of
Throw it
course,
under my-
kitty. Be safe. Remember.
Yes. Eyes open.
Yes.
All right. You take care of yourself.
Oh, I always do.
I know.
I will be worried about you, though.
I'll be okay.
You
I'll
know,
I'll send
I think
word
I found
if
this
I find
new
anything
church recently, and I think that I'll be going and praying for you.
Oh, good. Yeah, you do that.
All right, you should come with me when you get back. The pastor's rather handsome.
Oh, are they not allowed to marry?
Oh, they definitely are. Yes.
Oh goodness.
Yep.
Well,
And then she'll walk you out into the train station,
yeah,
or at least to the coach that will take you to the train station.
yeah.
And you escape your aunt.
I give
Your
her
Aunt
a
Phyllis.
wave and then a sigh of
And
relief.
she's got the handkerchief and dabbing tears and waving.
and I pretend as well.
And then you're free.
Yeah, I sit probably almost hugging the suit, like I don't know, probably she's probably got maybe she has the gift pack on her lap and is just kind of staring at it, wondering what the heck is in it.
I mean, you could open it now if you want.
I think she's she kind of doesn't want to, but at the same time is like looking at people around and is thinking maybe when I'm a little more private.
You're on the coach, so this is probably as private as you're going to get because the train will have other passengers.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, sure. I think I was picturing a tram or something. So she's on a coach.
Oh,
so yeah, I
you're on a coach.
will gingerly open it up.
Inside, you see a small bottle of perfume.
Does it smell any good?
It smells really lovely, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
It is a popular scent. It's got some rose in it. It's like rose and lilies. They're very floral scents at this time.
I will spray a little on and
it's
that.
out here in the West. It's probably not that cheap either. And then there's like a lovely silk scarf. And a new lacy, maybe a little racy pair of undergarments.
I lift them up, realize what they are, and even though there's no one really there, is quickly tuck them back in and think, goodness me, she's really desperate. Like, okay, those less so, but and I'll take the silk scarf and tie it around my neck.
Easy enough to do. It's just a small one. You can use it for your hair or your neck. It's a lovely lady's accessory. And then, as you go off to the train station, thoroughly embarrassed, we will cut to our last intro. Tom.
Hi.
Ryan Hawks.
Ryan Hawk. So Ryan is in this somewhat small room. There seems to be clothes all over the place, and he seems to be kind of looking around the clothes, got a suitcase ready, trying to pack up, trying to cram things in, what clothes that he can find. He's trying to do it as quietly as he can, because there's someone in the bed behind him. His wife, Sophia. They decided, they live in Boston, but they decided because of this trip that they would have a small holiday just on the coast.
Yeah, the West Coast air is supposed to be really good for your health.
Yeah. So just to celebrate, and he'll head off to this journey, and she'll head back afterwards. And this is their last, essentially, morning together.
It's
really.
like a baby moon.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. So he's trying to be as quiet as possible, but he's not the most, he's not
Stealthy?
the lightest on his feet.
Yeah.
So the occasional thing, and with the clothes everywhere.
Could you
he's trying
describe Ryan Hawks Sr. for us?
Yeah, so he has dark brown hair, probably a bit longer than what's probably suitable for the time, quite shaggy. He is clean shaven for the moment. He did do a very quick shave as he woke up. Currently at the moment, he's got a kind of khaki shirt on, kind of rough shirt on, and underneath he's got like a vest, while he's wearing just any old pair of trousers that he could find and a pair of shoes. It seems like he kind of just grabbed what he could, what he deemed was clean or not so wrinkled that it needed like several irons before, being it suitable. However, everything else he's kind of packing it away in the suitcase. And he finally finishes and then looks behind to his wife, who, I mean, she's wide awake.
She's wide awake.
Noise that he's made.
She's wide awake and sitting up, probably with a cup of tea. That is just sitting in bed.
And he turns. He probably was so focused on doing
Absolutely.
this, he didn't even realize that she was awake with a cup of tea. And he looks at her and goes, "Oh, how long have you been awake?"
Oh, not too long, darling. Don't worry about it.
Well, and he moves on over and sits down on the bed next to her. Well,
Today's the day, isn't it?
it is. But it's been a good few days, hasn't it?
It's been lovely.
Yeah.
We should do this more often.
Well, once this is done and I've finished this job, name Ryan Hawks will be, well, it'll be famous. We can do what we
course it
want.
will.
I'll get jobs left, right, and center. I'll write the paper that I've wanted to write, and we can go anywhere you want. We can go to Egypt.
Ooh.
We can go to Europe.
I
wherever you
would
want.
love to travel, and I'm sure the baby would too. She
Mm.
kind of puts her hand on her
Yeah.
stomach.
And he puts his hand on her stomach too. And he, well, I'll do this.
3
for both.
months. You've got 3 months to finish this job up and get back to Boston.
Hey, who are you talking to? I'll do this in 2.
All right, I expect you to hold to it, Mr. Hawks.
Right, now, well, time's ticking, and I promise
Is it
I'd...
ticking that fast? Is it time already? I didn't think your train left till the evening.
Well, maybe I can stay a little longer.
Just a little longer. At least
Just a
for
little longer.
breakfast. She
All
says
right,
breakfast.
all right.
It's like brunch. It's like midday.
Yeah, it's midday. They slept in for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll stay for brunch, but I can't be late. I promised I'd meet Miss Cartwright at the station.
All right.
So,
And she goes, Miss Cartwright's still unmarried, isn't she?
that's right. Oh, I think she is, at least.
Well, if you see any nice, decent young gentleman out there, Miss Cartwright, you help facilitate that. I don't think she's very motivated.
Well, in all fairness to her, dear, she has been quite preoccupied.
Well, she has been, but having someone by your side makes all the trials and tribulations of this world better. Puts her hand on your face.
Of that, we can both agree on.
I just don't want
All right.
her to be stuck and lone and lonely like I'll be these 2 months you'll be gone.
Oh, it won't be that bad, surely.
It'll be terrible. I might waste away.
I think that you'll somehow find something to do.
Oh, I guess if I had incentive, I might. Leans, like, closer.
So he kind of gently leans down. Well then, unless I give you some incentive.
Just something to help me carry on. And and we will cut away from the Hawks family there. And you will get to the station a little later than you said you would to be Miss Cartwright. So the first people at the station are actually going to be, because I have notes. It's going to be Mr. Bucky Boone and Miss Kitty Cartwright. They will be at the station first. They're not quite allowing passengers to board as they're still cleaning between people debarking and they're getting the first. Well, the emigrant class cars are able to be boarded now. They don't do much cleaning, but the first class cabins, you know, they're changing out the linens, making sure they're all freshly cleaned and whatnot.
Do we know about other people joining us? Or...
You know that there's supposed to be 6 of you all.
Right, but we don't necessarily know names or anything like that.
No, not names. You know that Ryan's going to be there. I imagine Edison has everyone's names because he's the lawyer, so he's got the paperwork. So Edison knows everyone who's supposed to be here.
Right.
And
so I'm just looking out for potential people, but is unsure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And while you're looking out for potential people, and
so many ways,
Mr. Boone, in so many ways, Mr. Boone is there looking inconspicuous, probably standing, decently close to each other. A man approaches the both of you. This man right here. This man, well-dressed man in his young to mid-20s, hairstyled quite nicely. He's very fashionable of the time, peak fashion here on the West Coast, and comes up to both of you all, and says, "Excuse me, are you two going to be first-class passengers on this train?"
Yes. I I pull out my train ticket, wondering if he's about to be like, "No, you're not." Like, yes, no, I have a ticket.
Might I trouble y'all to lend an ear for a moment? I've got a
see why not?
Rather pressing concern. You see, my mother is gonna be on this train traveling, and I don't have a ticket. I can't really afford it, but I believe that there's a dastardly con man that's trying to steal her away and take all her money, all her fortune, on this train.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound right. That's really bad.
If you could just... Her name is Lydiana Price. If you could just maybe keep an eye out for her, make sure that Mr. Lee doesn't try to pull a fast one over. I'm afraid she's head over heels for him, and he's nothing but a... well, say gold digger. He didn't actually do any digging for the gold, did he? I'm just very worried about her if he was to run off with all her money and leave her heartbroken and devastated. I mean, she's nearly 50, so such a heartbreak would be bad for her health.
Sorry to hear that. I mean, we'll of course keep an eye out, and if anything happens, I'm sure we'll be able to help.
Do our best, yeah. Sure. What does she look like?
Oh,
do you know what they both look like?
Yes, my mother, Ms. Lydiana Price. Father unfortunately died about 10 years back, but she looks a lot like me. I resemble her to a certain extent. She dresses very finely, a lot of taffetas and silks. Now compared to that vagabond, Mr. Jun Lee, he's he worked in the kitchens. And weaseled his way into my mother's heart.
Right, well, that sounds dastardly, and I'm sure we can keep a lookout for you.
And he's Chinese, so if she falls any further head over heels for him, and gets married, she'll lose her citizenship.
Oh, I mean, is she happy?
Because she doesn't know the truth. No, he's just there to take all her money and run.
Well, we'll never know until it happens, but we'll keep an eye out.
Appreciate
Sure.
that.
All right.
Thank you. You're good people, good folks. And he
Oh,
gives you a clap on the shoulder, Mr. Boone. And,
as are you, I'm
polite
sure.
bow.
Concerned about your mother.
oh, yes. It's all I've got in this world.
Mother's boy.
Yep. And it's as he's talking to these two people, Mina, you arrive at the station, and the porter helps load up all your luggage. You're only allowed one piece of hand luggage in the sleeper car, but the rest should be is available to you should you desire to. Just let your porter know, and he will retrieve your items for you. They're now allowing people to board the train. Mina, you see a young, handsome man, and, well, you know, average-looking young lady talking to a guy who seems very concerned about his mother. You're not able to hear a lot of it, but that seems to be a deep conversation, or an intense conversation at the least, as you pull up to the train.
Okay. I think before her porter departs with her luggage, she gives a very generous tip. She's new to this whole like tipping thing, so she's a little bit over the top, but it's her own belongings, right? So she wanted to make sure it's dealt with. So she gives a pretty generous tip, and she's kind of just like taking everything in.
You
a
tip
bit,
generously, and the porter is going to take such good care of you on this trip.
like, just rich people things, you know. It's just how
Yep.
we do. She's kind of just taking everything in. She hasn't been in the States for that long.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, obviously England has trains, but, you know, everything's a little bit different in the US. So she's kind of like just taking in the atmosphere, watching people coming and going. And she's got a keen eye on this young lady surrounded by these two dudes having this quite an intense conversation. Her little spidey sense is like, may have to step in a minute. So she's keeping an eye on Kitty and seeing like what Kitty's demeanor is like, or whether or not she's giving the "please help me" flag.
Is Kitty giving the "please help me" flag?
I think she's a little wary. She definitely is unsure because I think she's got a bit of street smarts, at least a little bit. I think her dad would have probably, you know, tried to, and I think that's probably why she's a bit more wary or a bit less like wanting to leap in. So I think she's sort of like, she's probably a bit suspicious of people. So I think she's like, is this guy actually a con man trying to con me? Like, and not sort of understanding where it's like, what do you want us to do about it? So I think she's doing that, but also there's a little bit of daydreaming, thinking what her aunt would be saying. I think she probably always feels like she's got the aunt on her shoulder going, oh, look, this young man's very nice and very attractive. You know, it's like,
absolutely.
And he's trying to sort of push those thoughts back all the time, but she's very eager to be here. She's not sure who she's meeting, so she's trying to be polite and with it in the conversation, but is unsure of who she should be talking with and who she shouldn't. So she's trying to there's a little bit of wariness while also being as polite as she can be.
Okay, Mina's like, all right, I got this. So she sort of straightens up, rolls her shoulders back a little bit. She has her little bag in front of her, and she strides forward quite confidently towards the little group, and she extends an arm out to you, Kitty. She's just, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, yes. Nice to see you again.
Yes, now come on, they're boarding. We don't want to miss our seat.
Right. Of course. Thank you. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
And she'll follow. She's unsure but following, like older woman who knows what she's doing.
And she's gonna take her away from that group, like by the elbow. Just she's not touching you like hard. She's just a very gentle, soft hand on you. And when you get out like eye earshot of these two, she's like, "Are you all right?"
Oh, yes, I think so. I don't know those two gentlemen, though. One seemed very unsure about his mother and some con artist or something and was wanting us to do something about it, though I'm not really sure what we could do about it. I don't even know what these couple really looks like. One's apparently full of taffeta and silks, but that's a lot of people. She looks
and the other one's
around.
Chinese. That's all you know.
It's like that's it's not much to go on, but Sorry, Kitty Cartwright. Nice to meet you, Mrs.
Miss Staunton. Pleasure.
Miss Staunton. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I'm a little lost. I've not really traveled so far out of the city for a while, so this is going to be interesting.
Does the name Cartwright flag? Did I got the names of people that I would have, surely.
You maybe know a couple of them, or have a good idea of who might be invited as well, due to your high society nature. I think Edison has the full list, but you know that Ryan is invited, and you do know that Ryan is associated with a Cartwright. So maybe this is the Cartwright?
Pardon me for asking. Are you scheduled to go on a trip with a group of other people up to Colorado?
Yes. Yes.
And she
you also?
smiles. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm one of your number.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, good. I wasn't sure. I knew there was some other people to meet, but it wasn't clear who exactly it was going to be. So it's lovely to meet you.
You too. I'm expecting a Mr. Hawks and a Mr. Jones.
Yes,
there are two
Ryan
others.
should be along. So we were meant to meet here, but I haven't seen him yet. Just glancing around, trying to see him.
And Ryan,
who is the other gentleman?
You'd probably be hoofing it in the distance,
Absolutely
approaching.
hoofing it. Yeah, he looks so scruffy. The
good. I see
clothes
him.
hanging out of the suitcase.
He's coming. Oh dear.
You see Mina, her brow furrows and like her wrinkles deepen for a moment, and you hear her mutter very quietly, "Americans."
And Brian will have a look around to see if he can see them, and gives a small wave and starts to head on over.
Are you all right there? I instinctively want to try and straighten his jacket or something, just to sort of, because he's so disheveled. It's like we are about to go on first class. Are you okay? What did you miss your connection?
I got a little distracted. Sorry, I just had to. I just threw these on.
Okay.
I swear I've got a suit in the suitcase, and once that's all, it was just I was worried that I'd miss the train. And how are you?
I'm good. Please though. This is Miss Stelton. Staunton? What did you say?
Miss Staunton.
Miss Staunton. Sorry. We just met.
Oh, pleasure. And he extends
Don't know
his
if you
hand.
know each other.
Shake.
I believe we've met before, Mr. Hawks.
We have?
Yes, I'm the painter.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I remember now. Oh, well, lucky us. I've seen her work, and it's quite lovely.
Oh.
You flatter me, Mr. Hawks. And then Mina,
And the portrait is standing right by it and goes, "Would you like to board, madam?"
Yes, just one moment.
Sure.
And she turns to look at you, Ryan. She looks you up and down, and her eyes for a moment fix on your crotch. She says, "Mr. Hawks, you're missing a button." And then she turns and gets on the train.
And he'll quickly turn around and... Okay.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep, and so, Mina, you're the first one on the train. There is a couple already sitting there. I will show you pictures. One is dressed in taffetas and silks. And, again, she looks about your age, maybe a hair older. And she's traveling with a very young, late teens, early 20s Chinese man. And there's seats, and they're meant to be one person each because they fold down to make a bunk for one person each, but they are sitting on the same bench. Yeah. Pretty scandalous. Wow. Yeah.
How improper.
Yeah. She's living her best life, it would seem.
Hey, man, who am I to judge?
But besides that seat, you may take claim whichever, you know that these benches fold down, and another one folds down from the ceiling to provide bunks. So there'll be two people per seat, or per section, and 2 bunks. So you will get your second choice of which bunk and seat you would like. The ladies' room is closer to the end of the car, and the gentleman's room is closer to the forward section of the car. The gentleman's laboratory and dressing room. Maybe have your seat. And there's the porter's quarters with the linen closet and whatnot next to the ladies' dressing room.
I think Mina takes one of the bunks that's like a little further back. That's probably not as trafficked. You know, she can help it. Like one of the quieter bunks, if possible. I mean, obviously it's on a train, so it's not going to be.
So you probably pick the one next to the linen closet, because then you at least don't have the passengers missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We'll put you there.
And she's a bottom bunk kind of gal, and just want to
bottom
put that out
bunk kind of gal. All right. That makes sense. And so you figure that Kitty might get paired up with you, as she's another woman traveling, and it would be most proper. But you know, things happen. So, but you've claimed your bunk on the train car, and while Ryan and Kitty Ryan's fixing his buttons, and Kitty is probably standing there a bit awkwardly, unless she follows Mina on to the train, in which case.
I think she will follow her, not straight away. I think she will sort of see this and be like, you can either stand next to this gentleman who is doing up his fly, or you can like quickly follow this sensible lady. So it's probably, she probably stands there awkwardly for a moment, realizes what he's doing in his back, and then is like, anyway, and follows Mina on.
Excellent. So you follow Mina on. You see she's chosen a bench nearer the back of the train, so, you know, of the car rather, and seems to be like in a quieter area. And you see the couple that was described to you. That's pretty obvious because they're the only other people here on the train right now. Although a family of 3 does board on behind you, and they claim a seat, a section.
I think I'll just lean to Mina a second and be like, do we just choose a seat, or are we assigned seats?
Choose one. You're more than welcome to take the bunk above mine.
Oh, sure, I can do that. So I'll throw my suitcase where it needs to go. Yes, my hand luggage. And so how would I? Okay, question for the keeper. So in this setup, I'm assuming the top bunk. I wouldn't like launch myself onto the top bunk.
They're pulled down for evening service. It is currently up. So you would have your personal parcel, and you would have that in your seat with you, and the porter would take your luggage to the luggage car.
And a place to sit.
The bottom seats fold down to make the bottom bunk at night. There's like a whole service where the porters like pull out mattresses and make the car up. It's very fancy.
And are these private boxes type
oh no,
you know, like bed, so it's just like a long carriage where everyone just bunks up essentially?
Yes.
Okay, dormitory style.
There's curtains
seating.
that will get pulled at night, but during the day it's open.
Okay.
For airflow mostly. You want the airflow.
Fair. Right, I will perch myself there and people watch.
Excellent. Who arrives on the train station or car next? Bucky, you would have extracted yourself from the conversation with this man who's very concerned about his mother. And he would leave satisfied that you're looking out for his mother's best interest.
Definitely am, yeah. And he couldn't care less as he sort of gets aboard the train and lets out a deep breath of relief not having to talk to this man who's so concerned with his mother.
Yeah.
And we'll have a look around and try and find somewhere good to set up. I think, given what he usually does, he'll get somewhere near the middle, probably towards the back end of the train.
Okay, somewhere towards the middle, near the back end of the train. I'll put you there then. You can be next to the lovey-dovey couple.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And then next, well, Ryan, your fly would be done up by now. And Edison and August, you'd be arriving at the train station right at this moment because this is the time you are supposed to. Yeah. Yes, just in time to see him button his fly because this is the proper time you're supposed to get.
Mm-hmm. Precisely. Edison is probably in the lead, walking quickly, but with his arms behind his back, clasped back there, and he's wearing a bowler hat. And he sees Hawks doing this. I don't think I've ever met him before.
No,
Probably
but you
not.
probably would have. There's probably a picture of him in an academic paper seen.
Oh, okay, all right. So there's a brief pause as I sort of survey him, and wait for August to catch up, I guess, probably.
All right, so just to defend my name, I did turn up real early, and I've been here portering for everybody I meet. Ladies, men, dogs, children. I'm carrying their
which
stuff.
causes chaos because this train has their own porters and they're very particular about how things are organized. For instance, dogs go in a separate car with the luggage, and the fee has to be collected when they're there with the guns. Yes, the dogs and the guns go in a separate car, and there's a special fee for the dogs, which you have to collect when they're being put into the luggage area. And then the first class people get different porters than the second class people, and the emigrants don't have any porters at all, really. They're supposed to lug their own things. And so you trying to help is causing utter chaos at a part of the station. And
August.
it's very entertaining.
I appreciate your helpfulness and your punctuality. However, I have found that it is usually better to let people do the jobs to which they are assigned, and to interfere too much may cause confusion. Perhaps you should leave this job to the porters, and we can look for this party that we are traveling alongside.
Oh, right, of course, Mr. Jones. You see, it all started with this one little old lady, and then her sister saw what I was doing, and then somebody turned up with their dog, and next thing I know, I got the stuff, don't worry. Oh, here's your sandwich.
Yes, thank you. How long ago was it made?
Precisely, he scrambles, pulls out the pocket watch that you gave him. Precisely 5 minutes, oh dear, and 29 seconds ago.
Well, needs must. And suppose we all have to make sacrifices. But still, we should not linger here. Let's not dawdle and board the train. Pardon me, are you Mr. Hawks? Gentleman adjusting his crotch.
Yeah, the button got stuck. I just couldn't. Yeah.
See.
That's me.
I'm Mr. Edison Jones.
Oh,
I'm a representative of Mr. Marsh. I saw your name on the manifest. A pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Am I
pleasure
correct
to
in
meet you.
remembering that you are, in academia? Is that correct?
That's
What is your
correct.
business?
Yes. I'm an archaeologist with a little dabble in geology.
I see. Does being an archaeologist pay well?
It can if you have some discoveries. I'm
Ah,
okay. I'm
you have not
fairly
yet
well
been
off.
able to afford a suit, I see.
No, I have a suit. It's just in the suitcase. At which would you mind just taking my suitcase, please?
The porter was
Oh, yes,
waiting
please
for like
take
your
Mr. Hawks.
AOK.
Oh, I'd be happy to take that
Wait,
for you, sir.
Are you
Nope.
a porter?
Take this to the porter, August. Take it to the porter and let the porter do their job.
The porter standing like 2 feet away was about to like grab the suitcase and is like, and then
I wish when August like pivots the 90 degrees and begins
Yes.
loading this poor man up with all of Jones's stuff, Hook's
a
stuff.
second porter shows up and will continue to
Right.
take the thing.
And then
I
when
imagine
August
Edison
turns
is
back-
exactly 100 pounds of luggage. Is that correct?
On the
on the
nose.
knot, yeah.
Yes. And when he turns back, Edison hands him a generous tip for both of the porters and says, divide this in half and give one to each.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Hawks, we'll be happy to have you along. Allow me to introduce my man, August. He is going to be my assistant and also has medical training and is of good physical fitness. August, this is Mr. Ryan Hawks.
Oh, it's mighty nice to meet you, archaeologist, you said?
Think
Sorry,
Tom's
my Go XLR just decided to die on me. Hang on.
No.
Oh,
I think I'm
A
getting
great big
ominous.
puff of steam from the train comes wifting through and completely blocks the entire scene.
Sorry, Mr. Jones. I didn't hear that.
I
The
was
whistle
introducing
from
my
the train.
assistant, Mr. August Hope.
Pleasure
yes.
to meet you, Mr. Hope. Stands his
Mighty
hand.
nice to meet you. You said you were an archaeologist?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm an archaeologist.
That's with the rocks, right?
Somewhat.
Yes, I said it's somewhat. It's more ancient discoveries of buildings and it's a lot of things. It's just a lot of digging and finding things of history.
Well, I can't wait to hear all about it. We got a long train ride.
Yes.
yeah.
And it is scheduled to depart before too long. We should make sure we are aboard in time. We don't want to be left standing here on the platform.
No.
Oh,
well,
right this way. August begins creating a path so that you can walk easily through the chaos and the steam and
My man.
luggage.
Thank you. Thanks. Right. Just get on board.
This is us walking.
Yep.
Going up the steps to the carriage.
Yep.
There we go.
August, if one of the penultimate chambers for sleeping quarters are available, I would not like the last ones on the car, but the ones second to the last. That way we do not, we are not awoken by people, gentlemen, using the lavatory during the night, but also we're a good deal farther from the smell.
I will go ahead and procure the penultimate if possible.
Thank you.
There's a penultimate closer to the gentleman's lavatory and a penultimate closer to the linen closet, which...
the gentlemen's, of course. We don't wish to seem presumptuous or scandalize any of the women on board.
Excellent. And then there is several available seats still, Ryan, for you to take. You see there's, you see Mina and Kitty. Edison and August have a seat. There is one gentleman, a solo traveler would seem, directly behind where August is sitting. There's a family of 3 across the way. You imagine they'll probably shift someone into the bunk next door to them. But the young girl's like 5, so she's sitting.
August?
essentially.
August.
Yes, sir.
August, there is a child over there.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember seeing a child on the list of people attending. Do you think they're with us? Will we be responsible for their well-being?
I can't rightly say, sir. It is possible the child has their own ticket for the train.
How could they afford a ticket?
Rich parents.
Oh,
Their
yes,
parents
they're
do
probably
look
with their
really
parents.
wealthy. They look really rich.
See. Makes sense. All right. And Edison's also just looking around for other people within the party. He's trying to mark everyone on his mental
It would
list.
seem
of who's
that,
here.
as far as you know, as people keep boarding the train, everyone appears to be here. There's 3 more gentlemen that board, 2 that seem to be traveling together. They've got suitcases that have the same brand. They walk on together, and then another guy who's just looking, seeing if he gets lucky enough to have a solo bunk. But he's looking around and sees that there's not quite enough space. There's 16 bunks total, and there are 15 people. So he's looking like he's probably not going to get that empty bunk.
Classic.
Where does Ryan want to bunk up?
And
And I'll place our other NP.
have a look. I think Ryan would just wait until there's one kind of free. I suppose he'll go with Bucky. Why not?
There you
He's
go.
right next to him. And
He is
why
right
not?
next. Yeah. So
You know,
you're
I don't
there.
think he's too fussy about where he goes, to be honest.
And then these 2 will go here, and he'll go there, and that way they'll leave a space open for the family of 3 to stretch out at night. Maybe put the ladies there so that all the ladies are in one half of the train. And everyone boards. Someone comes by, the conductor comes by and checks everybody's tickets as you're sitting and calls out the names as he does, because he's kind of taking a roll call as well, because this is a very exclusive class, and if your name on the list, you're getting kicked out and put into the other section of the train. So he goes down. August Hope. Is there an August Hope?
Yes, sir.
All right, me, your ticket, please.
And Mr. Jones's ticket.
I'll get to him on the list. It's, just a moment. And you see he's got a half moon cutout thing. You know that the trains have different shaped cutouts on different days of the week in different stations to prevent people from falsifying tickets and ticket stubs. So he goes down, he goes, Mr. Jones and Edison Jones, is that correct?
This is me. I am Edison
Right.
Jones, Esquire. Yes.
Right, ticket, please. Yep.
August?
All right, next we have a we're doing your group. Your tickets were purchased as a group from the
Correct.
a Bucky Boone.
I can't hear him. He must be here somewhere.
I was practicing my ventriloquism. It didn't work. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
All right, yeah, ticket, please.
Oh, yeah. He just takes one out and hands it over.
Okay. Checks it over, looks at you again, checks it over, and then clicks it.
Just
Hands it
smiling
back.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see, Mr. Ryan Hawks.
Yeah, that's me.
Convenient, you're sitting next to each other. Ticket,
we'd
please.
like to. He checks 1 or 2 pockets. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
And he looked again, kind of skeptical, but then you have the ticket, so he just raises an eyebrow and clicks it. Miss Wilhelmina Staunton.
Mina's had hers out on her lap ready. She was ready for it. She says present, and she has the ticket in her
Thank you,
hand.
madam. Clicks it and hands it back to you. The last member of the group would be Miss Clarissa Cartwright.
Yes, here.
Thank you. Now for the individual peoples aboard the train, Miss Lydiana Price. Yep, she checks hers. Mr. June Lee. He looks very surprised and looks over and is like triple checks the ticket, and Miss Price goes, "The ticket is correct. Thank you." He goes, "Yes, of course, madam." Fix it.
I give a look to Bucky. Be like, sort of,
Yeah, he kind of gives you a bit of yeah, ask them. Kinda look.
Charles, Mary, and Charlotte Grace Landry. Yeah, the family of 3.
Is the child August?
Raises their hands and get their tickets checked. A Mr. James Smith and a Mr. Ashley Dinnigan. Yes, thank you. He clicks the tickets. And the last 2 would be, and he walks to the last booth, because there's only 2 more people left. A Mr. Milton Crabapple. Yes, thank you. And a Mr. Francis Bailey. Yes, thank you. Yes, everyone's accounted for, please. Have an excellent journey. Should you need anything, your porters, James and George, would be happy to assist you. Yeah. He exits the car, closes the little door behind you. And the train will be leaving in approximately 5 minutes.
Edison takes out his watch and starts tracking to make sure that's true.
And oddly enough, August instinctively reaches for his because he knows that's what Jones is going to do. But when Jones already has his out, he slips it back in. And I think he catches the eye of the little girl and just kind of gives her a wink. And then kind of straightens up.
The little girl is like, she looks pondering at the wink, like she's thinking. You know how kids do sometimes when they're like, I'm not sure about you. And she,
Good instincts on that kid.
gets settled in, straightens her very frilly dress. That's the way she looks to be, like maybe 5 or 6, pretty young. And the porters come through and offer everyone a damp towel to wash, their hands and face with, to get the dust of the station off of them. And before you know it, at 4 minutes and 52 seconds, you hear...
Uh-oh. Early.
And you hear the engine starts to rev up, and it's a train. It's not an instant rev, but it does start rolling at about 5 minutes.
Not bad.
Kitty lets out a little sigh again, as if it's like, oh, and we're off. We're properly off now. Like.
Yes, properly off. And you are suddenly aware of how many gentlemen there are in this car, and what your aunt would think about that.
I give another look to Lee and Price, and think about what my aunt would say if I came back with that sort of pairing, and be like, well, she wants you to go with someone, but I bet she wouldn't approve of that. Like,
yes. She probably wouldn't, because due to the Chinese Exclusionary Act that was passed last year in 1882, no one Chinese is eligible to gain citizenship, and if you marry someone Chinese, you lose your citizenship. So, you don't think she would object to the younger man so much as the fact that he was Chinese. Because America sucked kind of in 1883.
Racism.
The heart of America.
Oh. So everyone's getting rolling. You've freshened up a bit, and Edison, you've now, through the train conductor, have confirmed that everyone is indeed here that is supposed to be here.
Useful. He
And they're
would
all,
make a note.
kind of sitting pretty close.
Yeah. At some point, he wants to go around and greet each one of the party individually. But I think he would start with Mina.
Okay. Yes.
Once
the
the
train is
train's
moving
underway.
out of the station, out of Sacramento Station, at a cool 22 miles per hour.
Whoa!
You should- I
Really?
know. Well, the trains could go faster, but it won't be as smooth and enjoyable a ride. This is
I hear if you
the
get the right
first class
fuel,
train.
if you get the right fuel, they can get up to 88 miles per hour. That's what I've
Perhaps.
learned.
But it's perhaps true, rumored perhaps. But you do know that this is supposed to be a very smooth, comfortable ride. And you pull out of Sacramento Station, and you'll be on this train until 2 days from now when you have to swap over to the Union Pacific line in Ogden, Utah. Got all the time in the world. You know the train will stop for breakfast in the morning. There is no dining car on this rail line at this point in time, but don't worry. Central Pacific Railroad has dining halls at specific pre-planned stops, so when the train refills for water, you too can refill your stomachs for the low price of $1 a meal, which is $32 in today's money.
Jesus. How long is this journey supposed to take?
To get to the transfer, it'll be 2 days, and to get all the way to stay on the transcontinental, and to get to Colorado, you'll need to get off in Cheyenne, which is another day out, I believe.
Okay.
You should be there Monday or Tuesday at the latest.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh.
All the time. In the world.
Edison is going to start greeting people. Just
go.
he gets up and goes up and down the car, and he stops first at the bunk where Mina and Kitty are seated. And he says, "Miss Staunton, a pleasure to see you again."
Mr. Jones, and she offers her hand.
He takes it. He says, "And I see that you have made a friend. I presume that you are Miss Cartwright. Is that correct?"
Yes, pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you. I am Edison Jones. I've come as legal representation for Mr. Marsh, but also as a fan of archaeology.
Oh, well, it's lovely to meet you, and I look forward to getting to know you more. I'm the daughter of Professor Cartwright.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar. Wonderful. And have you followed in your father's footsteps?
To a certain degree, and it's one of the reasons I'm on this trip is to try and follow in his last footsteps and figure out where he went.
I see. Well, that does enough for small talk. I'm going to go on and greet the other people in the car.
Right.
And he moves along.
Turns her head a little bit so it's not obvious, and she's like, she gives a little, laugh.
Kitty just sits back and sort of feels a bit awkward and just stares at the couple across the way. Thinking,
Mina will lean forward. She'll say, "Mr. Jones is a peculiar gentleman."
I wouldn't want to presume, but he seems to be of a certain. He's interesting, that's for sure.
We would say back home, of a certain disposition.
Indeed.
Mr. Hawks, hello. See that you have
Watch him.
Hey.
been seated with Mr. Boone, I believe, yes?
Oh, yes, that would be right. It's nice to meet you.
Yes,
Both of you.
it is. I am Edison Jones. Curiously, I'm not sure what your association is with Mr. Marsh. What brings you with us to Colorado?
Oh, well, we were good friends. I gave him a tip once and he found some bones.
I see.
Oh,
Dinosaur
are you
bones.
are you a paleontologist
Apparently.
too?
No, I just thought I heard about it. They seemed like they were strange bones. I know he was into bones, so I told him about them. And then when he went there, he found the bones, and apparently they were dinosaurs. I didn't know they existed. Didn't believe in them, but he said they were real, so I believed him. I'm a trusting sort.
I see. Well,
right.
it's a pleasure to meet both of you. You should be informed. The bunk across the aisle from you is unoccupied, but tonight it may be filled by a child. So, please use caution.
Is the child violent?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't been acquainted with her yet, but I don't know. Something about her puts me off.
Right. I think that's just the general being of children.
Yes, I don't get along well with them.
I can imagine.
Yes. Well, on I go.
All right.
See you soon.
Well, Mr. Jones.
Here, take care.
Oh, if you need anything, please speak with my man August. He is in the next compartment.
I
Will do. Will do.
certainly will.
And Jones he doesn't greet the other non-party passengers, but he like sizes them up, like acts real casual and walks past and like looks at them and lingers a little bit on the family. But just no good reason to doubt that kid, but he doubts it.
Can you give me a psychology check just to size up your fellow passengers?
And the kid?
Oh, the kid is included in the fellow passengers.
Okay, good, yeah. Okay. Psychology. Hey, a roll.
A success.
There's success, 20 under 25.
First roll of the game, and it is a success. That bodes well for you all. So you're sizing up your fellow passengers. Let me get you a little info about each one. You start with the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
The family appears wealthy. They have money. You know what I mean? It's pretty evident from how they carry themselves. The fact that they have 3 tickets, including one for a child, in here on this train is pretty impressive. They appear to be very doting parents, and the child appears to be mayhaps a bit spoiled. But seemingly entertained for now, is glued to the window as everything goes by. Scenery is rather nice leaving.
If I can chime in, Lindy,
Please.
August is like the mirror image of this child, also glued to his window.
Yes.
Staring at the scenery going by.
Absolutely. And you hear the parents say stuff like, "Oh, Charlotte Grace, that over there is, they're just like telling her what the things are as they're passing. And that's where the poor people live." As you pass by the slums at the exterior of the city, she's like, "Wow, poor people." And you continue sizing up the rest of the car. The two on the end, Ms. Price and Mr. Lee, that are sitting together on the same bench instead of opposite each other. These aren't huge benches. They appear to be very, it's a little scandalous. They're EDA, and they're a little bit affectionate towards each other. They're not kissing or anything, but they're holding hands as this train pulls out.
Jones turns away. He does not want to be bespoiled by seeing people hold hands in public.
Yes, they're holding hands on this train station. And see the rest of your passengers. You see the two nearest the gentleman's laboratory. They appear to be dressed as businessmen, much like yourself. They seem to be having a quiet discussion and looking through some paperwork. Here's that they have their briefcases with them, so that they can.
Jones is a little bit nosy. Can I make out any of the writing on the paperwork or
Give me
anything at all?
Spot hidden check.
All right.
Success.
It
appears
37
to be,
under 70.
What's the word I'm looking for? Survey paperwork, like paperwork about survey.
Like land survey.
Land
or
surveys,
gold
yes.
mining or something, or
Not mining. It definitely looks more like land surveys.
Okay, all right. He just makes a note to himself. He was just curious. That's all.
Yes. And then there's the last two passengers near the gentleman's closet. One's mustache and one has button chops. The mustachioed fellow Has a couple of scars. Maybe he served in the Civil War. That's quite common. It's also common out west, but he definitely has a little bit more age to him, which maybe indicates that he's, a veteran. And he's pretty quiet to himself. He's reading a paper from the day. And the other fellow, Mr. Mutton Chops, has attempted to engage him in conversation a couple of times. And you can tell he's Australian, based on the accent. And once
Lots of
he notices
experience with Australians.
that the mustachioed man is more interested in reading his paper than conversing right now. He goes and he's reading a book on appears to be flora and fauna.
Ooh, fascinating. Jones greets every passenger cordially, like good day, good day.
Oh,
And
good
then
eye.
he goes to the laboratory for his 5:30 p.m. tinkle.
Yes. About as classy as you would imagine.
Yes, disgusting, but at least I'm the first one in here.
Better than most on the train, too.
And then with that note, I'm also going to go do that.
Yes, wonderful. Alright, what is everyone else doing on the train? It's going to be a long ride. There's still a couple hours till the turn-down service for the evening when beds are set up. So, how are you all keeping yourselves entertained?
Well, I think Ryan will turn to Bucky and ask, so you're joining us on this job then, huh?
Oh, most certainly. I got a letter too. I'm assuming it's the same for all of us.
Well, I think so. Close enough. So you said you find things? What are you, like our guide or something?
Not a guide. More, I'm also needing to be guided a bit, but I can find things in a pinch. I'm more of a... I don't know, I'm lucky. That's why they call me Lucky Bucky. That's why my mom named me that.
You're lucky. I've never heard of that as a skill before.
Well, prepare to be amazed. What about you? What do you do, Mr. Hawks?
Oh, I'm an archaeologist.
You are? That's fancy. You also into those bones?
To a certain extent, yes. I'm more interested in the history of human civilization and the impact of it on history. But I can dabble into, any discovery is pretty good for me. I'm also got to dabble in geology as well. So,
Wow. What's your favorite topic of all of those? 'Cause that's a lot of things. I'm sure you have one that inspired you as a child to become a big digger and brusher of things.
that is, I've always wanted to go to Europe. I always wanted to study more of the ancient civilizations. Always wanted to go to Rome, Athens. Yeah, I think learning about that's what made me. So I'm hoping someday to save up enough and, write a paper on it and take an expedition out there and, well,
That sounds incredibly exciting. I mean, maybe you'll get enough money out of this to be able to make a trip.
Well, I hope so. I just hope we can find the gentleman. I mean, we can find
I'm sure
him.
we'll find him. He'll turn up. And
I mean,
besides, we can have a look around the local area and see who knows about him. I'm sure somebody will know something.
Oh, I'm sure this is going to be a simple case of, a scientist, a professor getting too into the work and just staying longer than they
Most
need
likely. I'm pretty certain that'll be the case. It's not so out of the ordinary for them types to go missing.
to. No, not at all. Back in university, there were countless professors that missed lectures because they stayed
Really?
too long. Missed an entire semester because they stayed too long because they thought the next day would be their discovery. It's really not unusual.
Yeah, the state of education, eh?
Well, it got me where I am today, so it can't be that bad.
Sure. Hey, do you play cards? I have
I do.
set if you want to have a little bit of a play of something. Past the hours.
You know what? Why not? Why not? Let's see how lucky you
Why not?
really are.
We're about to see. He says, and he does get his cards out. And we'll play some games with you on the way and chat away.
Wonderful. I love that. So, you pull out the deck of cards. I'm just gonna make a little check here. Don't mind me. I need to have a D100 copied anyways. Okay, cool. There's that. And great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
Talk
not
about
worrying.
vastly different scales of
No,
where
right?
the D100 is.
Yeah, well, two different people making two different checks. So you're having the talk of the cards get pulled out, and, this guy, approaches. He's gonna walk down the aisle, and go, excuse me, mate, you said you were a paleontologist, yeah? Science man.
What, me?
Yeah,
I'm an archaeologist. but,
archaeologist,
I'm
right.
Close enough.
I'm a
In the
naturalist.
Buildings and stuff.
Yeah. You're a naturalist.
I'm a naturalist. It's a pleasure to meet you. I didn't think
Oh.
I'd find somebody quite so like-minded on this train.
It's a pleasure to meet
Big-headed
you.
of you.
Yeah.
Shakes his hand.
Name's
Is there
Francis
enough room
Bailey.
for a second person to join?
You can sit there. It's not comfortable for
scooch
long term.
over.
But yeah, you could sit there and have conversations for sure. You imagine that's probably gonna happen multiple times during the trip.
Yeah. Well, come sit down.
Sure,
Bucky,
thank you.
Deal him in.
Most definitely, and it's nice to meet you, Mr. Naturalist. What does that mean?
Yes. Naturalist. I study plants, animals, the natural world.
Oh,
But I'm from
I thought you
Australia,
were just
so
being,
our
like,
nature's a little dangerous,
I've heard it's quite weird and dangerous over there. I
Would
thought
you
were
like to
just
see
being
some of it?
big-headed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
I've got some specimens. I've bring them up to my friend in New York.
Are they dead?
Oh yeah, all taxidermy specimens. I've got some from Australia, and
What a relief.
I've got a couple really special ones.
Special how?
Well,
Especially, are they dinosaurs?
you know that, well, no, unfortunately I don't have any dinosaur bones, but I do have a few creatures all the way from Antarctica.
From Antarctica, you say?
Yep.
I've heard that place is quite cold.
Oh, yeah, if so I hear. I've never been myself personally, but there was that expedition in '48 where your American fella, he went and sailed around the whole bloody thing, stopped by in Australia, got a bunch of his stuff taxidermied, couldn't fit all of it back on the boat, so they gave us naturalists kind of a prime deal on some rare taxidermy, and I'm bringing it up to my friend who's he's gonna start this thing up called the Smithsonian. It's here soon, so I figured he'd like some specimens for that.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I can't
Let me
wait.
get the porter. I'll even bring out a couple of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most interesting
Please
ones
do.
while we play. And
I'll get the cards ready while you do that.
he holds down the porter and writes down a couple. You all have brass tags on your luggage of the numbers on a piece of paper handed to you. So in order to get your luggage, you have the brass tag, and you return it at the end of your trip. And there we go. So he hands over a couple. He checks like a list, and he hands over a couple specific ones. Can't bring out the walrus. It's too big and to pull out in the middle of the train car. But I do have a couple smaller specimens I think you'll really like.
All right.
Yeah. Now, cards. It's going to take the porters a few minutes to find these crates. So, could I have gambling checks? And if
Certainly.
if you're going to be
Skill, isn't it?
cheating, Mr. Bucky Boone, a sleight of hand. Otherwise, just gambling is fine.
I will definitely be cheating. That's how he plays, because he's got
Okay.
a 5 in gambling, got a 45 in sleight of hand. So.
Excellent. Mr. Bailey does not do well.
You know what? I'll just do the normal gambling.
Yeah. And Bucky Boone with a clean sweep. Wins the game.
Look at that. Lucky.
Hey, you're living up to your name.
Well, I gotta do it. Gotta make Mother proud. Love you, man.
And it's about this time when 2 crates are brought down the aisle. Let's open this one first. And he opens it
Right.
up. And inside, he pulls out this strange beast. It has the body of a beaver with the feet and bill of a duck. This is called a duck-billed platypus. Outside this strange creature. It's got little barbs on its feet, too.
Is it naturally that way, or did you put
No.
the feet on it?
You know, no. This is exactly... They live in Australia. They swim around little ponds and stuff. This is a native Australian creature.
And what do they do?
You know, they're semi-aquatic. They lay eggs, actually.
You're having me on this kind of thing?
Now, this thing is a mammal, but it lays eggs. It's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they just run around in
Just
Australia.
run around, yeah. Just mostly in bodies of water, fresh water.
Do you eat them?
Not very good eating. They're a little venomous.
Oh, right.
But
This thing
the
is
talents here.
a mess.
Yeah.
Venomous thing with
It's-
stuck features in the
Yeah.
body of a beaver.
Is
Basically,
this
yeah.
typical for things in Australia?
It's not untypical of things in Australia, but this is probably one of the weirder looking ones.
Right.
A lot of
Okay.
venomous things in Australia.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only thing I've heard.
Yeah.
Well-
I wonder if Mina has seen, because this, I think she'll want to see.
Oh, yeah, here.
Um,
And
He's gonna stick his head. Oh, Mina.
And first, she hears him. She doesn't respond to him for a moment because what the fuck do you mean you're calling me Mina in public, motherfucker? That's so rude. And like she was in the process, I think, Kitty, you would see of her unpacking her little travel sketching stuff.
mm-hmm.
And you see her put it in her lap, close her eyes, take a deep breath, and she goes, I believe Mr. Hawks means to gain my attention. Please pardon me. Puts the sketchbook down, and she comes across. Yes, Mr. Hawks.
Oh, I was just wondering, have you ever seen anything like this before?
And she takes a moment, she looks around the angles. Oh yes, that's a duck-billed platypus, native to Australia.
Sure is.
Have you been to Australia?
No. But I have read a book or two, Mr. Hawks. Like,
I'm aware.
Quite a
I'm aware.
well-documented creature.
Have you, seen one in person?
Well, no, I've never been to Australia. This is as
right.
close as I've been to one. And
Oh,
thank you
right.
for calling me
Have
over.
you- Oh, yeah. Okay. I was just wondering if you wanted to sketch it or whatever, because it's quite
Kitty, it's a weird creature.
never.
You can
Alright.
see it. It's right
Yeah,
there.
to be honest, Kitty has been like earwigging this entire conversation. Like as soon as the naturalist came over, like she has her journal on her lap, and is been sort of half looking out the window and half she's sort of I'm not sure how the seats are, but I'm assuming that she's
Facing each
basically
other, yeah.
looking down the thing so she can kind of people watch, and she's looking across to
Sure.
them. So she's journaling, but she's definitely like kind of watching and listening to this whole conversation.
Yes.
Because it's all fascinating and stuff. So yeah, and she's if she's unfamiliar with this creature, although she's been looking into dinosaurs, I don't think she's looked into these sort of creatures maybe. So she's sort of wondering if this person is also a con man. It's just like, okay, so we've got that con man, we got this guy with these strange creatures, and she's just journaling a lot of this, going, well, this is just journaling about the whole trip so far, even
Yep.
though it's nothing much has happened yet, but she's just like,
Just write it down. Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Mina is like, she's like looking at this thing from every angle that she can.
Would you like to
and-
hold it?
May I?
Yeah, sure. It's
And
not
so
like,
she takes
drop it.
she takes it and she's like, whoa.
It's only like 3 pounds, 5 pounds.
Yeah, but,
They're not
And,
big.
so she's like turning it over and like inspecting it. Wonderful, wonderful space. And like she's completely ignoring like everybody else right now. She's lost in the sauce.
What was the nice lady is looking at that. I've got the second one for you.
All right, bring it out.
Out.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is a
It's
emperor
staring at me.
penguin. I don't know where the little hat came from, but it's kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a little funny, isn't it?
That is a wonderful specimen.
This one comes all the way from Antarctica.
Oh, is that one of the ones
The
from
penguin,
the,
yeah. The
yeah.
emperor penguin. Yeah.
Wow, they are really majestic. I mean, if you go either the eyes, they like follow you wherever you go.
Yeah, they did a bang up job.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, kind of stares into your soul a bit, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
Dark
lifelike.
eyes of a predator.
Well,
Do
thankfully
other-
you're not a fish, so you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about being
I-
a
not that you
preyable
know of.
penguin. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that one's wonderful.
What did you name it?
Well, you know, I don't really name a lot of the specimens, but you get, you know, as you're cataloguing them all, it's kind of boring to be like Emperor Penguin, 3 Beasts. I've got this one, Doris.
What a
Oh,
wonderful name.
yeah. Lovely name.
Same name as my mother.
Oh, that's a good coincidence.
Ah, definitely.
So-
Okay, and are there any others, or?
Oh, I've got a walrus out back. Maybe when we hit one of the stops, we can go out and take a peek in the crates. Too
I think
big
that
to
would be a
move in
good
here,
idea.
though.
Yeah, I
I've
can
got some more
understand that.
penguins.
Love that.
Um, I've got some seals. I've got
Okay.
I've got an emu, and then I've got some other Australian creatures. You know, a lot of bugs. We've got a lot of bugs and snakes here. You know, you don't really have many
Mostly
of
poisonous?
those. Yeah,
Makes sense.
but they're not anymore because
Yeah.
they're dead. Ah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I love that.
Well, I'll be fascinated to see each and every one of them.
Of course, I'd be happy to show you all.
Oh,
And he looks over to
uh,
see if Mina's still enthralled with the
yeah.
duck-billed platypus.
She is, and she's looking at it, but then she's sort of like, okay, this is a weird amount of time to have been staring at this platypus. Like in her brain, she's like, she hands it back and she goes, I'm sorry, did you say you had a walrus?
I do, yeah. It's in the crate right now.
If it's quite all right with you when you gentlemen disembark, I would much like to accompany you. Never seen a
Certainly,
walrus.
I'd love to show you its beaut. You interested in the penguin at all?
And she looks at it. I'm not particularly fond of penguins. I don't
No?
trust a bird that's so dressed up all the time. Who's he trying to impress?
Yeah, well, you know, she's out to impress everybody. Yes. And then, like, sets the penguin, because the crates have been, like, moved by the porters
Yeah.
to keep the aisle clear, so he just sets the penguin down, probably next to Bucky because he's sitting in the bench next to Ryan, so you've got this penguin next to you.
Looks
Bucky.
at it and is just thinking, like, what a bizarre day.
It has a tiny sombrero on. From Mexico! Because I saw this 3 weeks ago and I was like, I need that for Doris. So,
It was a good purchase.
I think so, yes. Best $5 I spent.
So, are you traveling alone, or?
Yeah, just heading to New York with my specimens. I got in San Francisco a few weeks ago. Had to do all the input paperwork for the taxidermy, you know. Figured I'd see the sights a bit, and then, got the train ticket once I could figure out the system, and gonna bring these up to my friend in New York.
Oh, that's quite a train journey all that way.
Yeah, well, you know, it's better than the boat journey from Australia. It's only gonna take
I'll take your
days.
word for
Imagine.
it.
Yeah, it is a long boat ride. But, you know, really got to document all the specimens, so I've got a lot of study time in, so it'll be good. Yeah, I'm looking
You're,
forward to the train ride.
You're doing God's work maintaining all of these creatures.
Thank you. All right.
Do you do the taxidermy yourself?
No, I don't do the taxidermy myself. I just got it from the taxidermist. You know, again, too much.
Yep.
It's easier to fit live animals on a boat than taxidermied ones, because the taxidermied ones you can't like just, you know, keep them all. You gotta like really like stuff the hay around it and the crates and stuff. You can just put animals in a pen. So they didn't have as much room to transport back to the States as they did from Antarctica to Australia. So we had quite a few excess. They took the best ones, and well, you know, they're still great. So I'm gonna bring them up now.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But they're wonderful specimens. You should be proud.
I am. I think they're gonna do right good in a museum or something.
You selling them?
Friend's got is working on a curated piece up in New York. I think something called the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History, something like that. Yeah, it's in the works. Not open to the public yet, but you know we need some exhibits. So I figured, what better things to do than rare, wondrous animals of Antarctica?
Well, you
Sounds like Quite the
Middle
exhibit.
Australia. It's practically the other side
You
of the world.
take that platypus and or whatever it is. Platypus, yeah?
Yep, that's it. You got it.
That's it. Okay. You put that in that museum. People all over America will come and see it.
That's what I'm
I mean,
thinking.
how often do you get to go to Australia? You don't.
You
You get a
don't.
little taste of it right there.
It's my thoughts exactly. We're gonna get along great.
Oh, I have no doubt.
And we cut away from them to see how what Mr. Jones and Mr. Hope are doing. Doris, away. Save yourself.
August.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
There's a penguin playing cards.
Is it that time? Am I meant to be giving you some medicines?
No, in the next to Mr. Boone, there was a penguin seated there while they were gambling.
August looks around, trying to understand what's happening. He was writing a letter home to his mom, looking
see
out the
a
window.
taxidermied penguin in a tiny sombrero sitting next to Mr. Boone. And this is, recent taxidermy. Quite an immaculate piece.
Mr. Jones, that bird's wearing a hat.
Yes, I'm not sure it was its choice. It appears to be deceased.
Yeah, I don't reckon you could persuade a bird to wear a hat like that if it was living.
I don't think it's respectful of his memory. Or hers.
Hard to
Well.
tell.
And then they just fall into silence.
Yeah,
I
and
think
from where you're
it's-
sitting, it looks like Doris is just staring at both of y'all because she's sitting next to Mr. Boone. So she just
I'll deal Doris in.
okay, excellent.
What's
Mr.
Doris's
Jones.
gambling
Yes,
skill?
let's all roll. Let's have you all four of you roll gambling. So Ryan will roll when
Against
he
Doris.
gets back. I will roll. You can do your sleight of hand, Mister. Let me roll.
Jones, train cat's going after the bird.
Ah, it's a regular menagerie in here.
I think that penguin got pair of twos.
Well, don't tell the others. I think that's
Oh,
the
you're
point.
right. I'm
They have to
sorry. I
guess.
just got excited.
We'll see what Tom rolls, but right now Doris is winning. I will just say that much.
Of course they are.
She rolled a 9. Our dear
I think we
professor.
can just award it to Doris.
I mean, he's got a skill of 5. I'll just roll it for him. He'll be.
No,
come here.
August. In my line of work,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
familiar with many different kinds of grifts and cons, but I've never heard of bringing a stuffed penguin aboard to hustle people at poker.
Yeah. So everyone looks at their cards back here. You're not as confident you did the sleight of hand right this time. But you're probably still better than these professors. They did not have very good hands last time. And they don't have very good hands this time. And then you flip over Doris's cards, and it is a royal straight.
Yeah. Criminies, that's quite a surprise.
And she
Looks
didn't
like the-
change out any cards. That's just how she played it. That's just the cards she
Yeah.
was dealt. Yeah.
You know what? They may be stuffed, but they're certainly completely and utterly rubbing us all.
That's why I said
Looks
you
like the
can't trust a
penguin wins,
penguin.
gentlemen.
Never trust a penguin.
Whatever, trust. Or do.
Although I do appreciate that in this modern age of 1883, that female penguins can also wear tuxedos and nobody bats an
This
eye.
is true. Yeah, that's true. Ken, but
Kitty
since
has written down never trust a penguin.
never trust a penguin. Excellent. Hollow, can I have you roll me a power check, please, just for no reason, since you
Yeah,
dealt
no
cards
reason
to
at
Doris
all.
and are sitting next to her. Just out of curiosity.
How? I got a success.
Great, you're good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. Thank
Kill
you.
Bill siren just sounded in my head.
You're good. Everything's great. Fine. It's a beautiful day. You did lose to a taxidermy penguin.
Yeah, but
Pretty
there's
hard.
worse fates.
There's worse fates. There's much worse fates. Tom, Doris was dealt in to a second round of poker, and she won with a royal straight.
Oh my god.
I rolled for you. You didn't make it.
Oh, okay. That's
She rolled a
fine then.
9.
Luminek.
And she obviously has points in gambling because a 5 is the base for
Yeah, obviously.
All right, fair enough.
I do
Beaten
have a
by a
sheet for Doris.
penguin. Oof.
Yes, you were all beaten by penguin. Even Mr. Boone.
Oof. That's I think maybe I should stop here now. Once you've lost to a taxidermied penguin, I think that's time where you call it quits. At least for
time.
the rest of the day.
Quit while the penguin's ahead.
Well, the penguin's ahead. That's, I think,
it.
maybe good advice for this campaigns of mine in general. Quit while the penguin's ahead. And I just want to call out to my lovely husband who brought me 1800s sweet tea.
Oh, authentic.
Authentic, yep.
Matured.
And he may have had it under Doris's wing when she was sitting there on the floor. So, delivered by Doris. Oh, she lost her tiny. No.
Oh no.
Huh.
Oh, she's so scandalous. There we go. Yes, Doris won that round of poker. And the little girl across the way, is staring quite intently in this direction, probably intrigued by the animals. Here, Daddy, I want a big bird, like that. Daddy, I want it. And here we go. All right, well, Charlotte, Grace, well, I'll see about getting you a penguin of your own, okay? But the next stop, Daddy, I want a penguin now. Well, Charlotte, Grace, the penguin's busy playing poker, so maybe after the game is done, we can inquire as to the price of said penguin. Fine. That's what goes on in the booth across from
Oh,
us.
she's gonna get thrown off the train.
That's the little girl. And the gentleman behind you, Edison, you can hear, has finished his paper because you hear it being folded up and set down on the seat next to him. He's been quiet this whole time. Rather delightful.
Yeah. This is the gentleman behind me. Is this the one who was looking at the land survey?
No, this is the one with the mustache and the newspaper.
Who was sitting with the Australian?
Who was sitting with the Australian, but now the Australian has moved to play cards and show off taxidermied animals.
I'll go and say hello to him, and I'll say, "Good day, sir.
Good day.
I am Edison Jones, Esquire. May I inquire as to your name?"
I am Mr. Milton Crabapple.
Mr. Crabapple, a pleasure.
Yes.
What brings you eastward?
Well, my brother just had his first son, and so I am out to meet my nephew.
I see. Well, I don't
Yes.
know if you're aware, but if you need some practice, there is also a child here on the train.
I did notice. I hope, if you don't mind me saying so, I hope they raise their son a little less entitled.
The child does seem to be greedy. Do you think all children are that way?
No. But knowing my sister-in-law Mildred, that won't happen.
Ah, good. So these are inferior parents.
I believe they coddle too much, you know.
Now, I want to be clear. Did you say coddle or cuddle?
Both, perhaps.
Perhaps, yes. It does seem as though the child is demanding a penguin from the parents. And,
Quite an expensive demand. I mean, they're not local anywhere around here.
yes, I should hope that they never take that child on a tour of a candy factory.
Oh, they'd probably buy the whole factory.
Yes, indeed. It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Crabapple. Anything
Yes.
interesting in the newspaper?
Oh, well, just, the usual day-to-day politics and whatnot.
Yes, I know. I've read that paper already. I was just making small talk.
Ah, I see, yes. I did find the section about Salt Lake interesting, seeing as how it's one of our
Ooh.
stops along the way.
I believe I missed that. What is the article pertaining to?
Oh, and it says that it's something about more mining rights to the local iron and steel is up in the air, maybe to be procured by a indeterminate company in the near future.
And Jones sort of looks at him and then looks across to the gentlemen who were doing, land survey papers and stuff, and thinks to himself a little bit. And he says, "Well, I suppose we shall see. I know that it's a hotly contested area."
Yes, it's quite up and coming despite all the Mormons.
Yes, well, perhaps because of them. I think they
Perhaps, yes, they do. They
wish
do.
to make some sort of I don't know, paradisical Jerusalem of their own.
There's the Holy Valley, I believe they call it. They should keep an eye out. I mean, they just outlawed polygamy not too long ago, so if Utah territory becomes a state, well, I think they're going to have to reorganize their entire religion.
Indeed. Well, I don't envy them, but fortunately I am not a member of any Christian sect, so I do not have to worry about being a Mormon, whether on purpose or by accident.
Yes, I think what most of us should worry about being Mormon on accident. I don't think that's quite accidental, but yes.
Unless birth is accidental.
No, that is true.
It is nice to joke with you, sir. I'm going to return now and check on my other travel mates.
Yes, I do believe I have a book that I could get into.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I do like books. Which book is that?
Oh, this since we are on the train that I
Yes,
should
we are.
read. There's a tourist guide that was published 2 years ago. About
Salt
the
Lake
entire
City.
route. About the entire route and the
Oh,
surrounding states.
fascinating.
There's interesting topics about Montana territory and the Nevada territory and Colorado. Well, that's a state now, so that should be very
Yes.
exciting.
I would very much like to see that if you're able to locate it
Oh,
and
yes.
are willing to lend it to me.
Oh, certainly. I can only read for so many hours in a row on a train.
Oh, because your eyes get tired?
Bit of tired and a bit of the motion gets to me after.
I see. Well,
To look out the
should
window
be
every so
happy
often.
to know there is a laboratory right there.
Yes, I chose close by on purpose.
Wonderful. Yes, I am just over there with August. August, say hello to Mr. Crabapple.
Howdy, sir.
Hello.
He is my assistant.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
He doesn't own a suit.
You as well, Mr. Crabbe.
I didn't own a suit until after I got out of the union.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
Some sort of professional union?
Oh no, the Union Army.
I see. My mistake, of course. How silly of me.
It was a while ago.
You were a soldier.
I was, yes. Not for very long, just at the tail end, but long enough.
Well, thank you for your service in defense of the Union.
Of course.
It's just my hope that someday all of the country is as progressive as most of us in California.
One can hope. How did I
Yes.
get out here?
Well, that's enough small talk. Goodbye.
Yes, good day. And he pulls out his book.
Turns and walks away abruptly.
Could I possibly do a bit of? Could I basically look across to the couple opposite?
Yes.
Is there are they talking to each other, or are they petting each other? Like what is going on?
They're holding hands, but like they're holding hands and then like a hand on top of the hands holding hands. And they're making like small talk, like, oh, look at that out there. Is that a lovely tree? I can't imagine we're seeing those while we're going through Nevada very often. Enjoy the greenery while we can. And he's like, oh yes, lots of red rocks in Nevada. They're talking about the geography, looking out the window, just chit chatting.
Okay.
And you hear something about Europe.
Okay.
A mention of Europe.
As if that's where they may be going, or
Maybe. If you want to eavesdrop more, I would need a listen check.
oh shoot, I don't think I put much in listen. I put spot hidden. All right, I could. Sure, why not? Oh no.
Yeah,
The train is
able
very
to-
loud and there's lots of distractions, and she's
There's
trying to
this
listen to every
penguin,
conversation.
There's the poker. There's Mina sketching duckbill platypuses, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're talking. She's doing
Yeah.
more of the talking than he is, but they're just chatting.
Yeah, I think to be honest, Kitty is intrigued by the couple, but has no real intention of jumping in and being like, "What is going on? Are you a con man?" Blah blah. So, and to be honest, I think she'd be more watching for how happy they look, especially the lady, and it's like if she looks happy, then she can be happy. Like, you know, like she doesn't want her to lose all her money or anything, but
She definitely looks
also-
happier than he does.
okay.
They both look pleased. Yeah, they both look happy, but he looks more nervous.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I think she knows this is going to be a long journey, so I don't think she wants to like leap into
Yeah, a
anything
couple
at this
days.
point.
Yeah.
She's definitely just doing the people watching and the listening and seeing yeah, and trying to ignore the aunt on her shoulder going, I can talk to them later. I don't need to talk to them.
Yes. And is there anything anyone else wishes to do before turn down service? It's turned into beds for the evening.
Yeah, I think Ryan will head on over to Kitty and sit next to her. He'll excuse himself from the conversation of looking
Sure.
at the taxidermy and the poker. Probably the second Doris won, he just went, "Yep, that's enough for me," and gets up and heads on over to Kitty and just sits down. And he kind of leans back, folds his arms, and smiles. Says, "So,
Did you just lose poker to a stuffed was it penguin?
yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
That's yep. That's
She-
when
I've-
you get
I'll-
away."
I will fold my when he comes over, I think she'll fold her journal and tuck it away. She's yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Hmm.
So this is exciting.
Yeah, it is. I was just wondering. I just wanted to come over to see how you were doing.
Good. To be honest, I've been rather nervous that that this wouldn't actually happen. That I don't know. I mean, it was always a little uncertain, and having to get the name sorted out because of the pen name, and worrying about whether or not I would even come. So until the train started, I was really expecting someone to tell me I shouldn't be here and I should leave. But so the fact that we're on the way is definitely reassuring. So. But yes, no, I'm good. I feel like I don't know. I guess I'm hopeful that maybe finally something can come of this. There's only so many letters you can write and so many articles you can read and papers, and I just need to get closer and find out more information. And of course, now that there's someone else missing, I just feel like that can't be a coincidence, right?
What do you want me to say?
I
You want me to say
No.
what I really feel, or do you want me to just make you feel better?
No, I want to hear what you really say. Don't you don't have to coddle me like I'm a child. Just you can be honest with me. I appreciate that in you.
As the child is coddled in the background.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes coincidences happen all the time, every day. We don't see them because we just ignore them. But I will say that 2 notable paleontologists going missing is unusual. Of course, it's been close to 5 years since Reggie went.
I know exactly. And as everyone tells me, I should just move on. He's gone, and he's most likely, well, unlikely to.
I don't want to say. I don't want you to move on.
Well,
I just want you to reel in expectations.
yes.
You understand?
I am trying. I am. I don't know. It's just hard not knowing anything. You know, if nothing else, maybe I'll just find out enough to get some sort of closure, and then we'll be fine. Or maybe this person will find, and then even though we couldn't find Father, there'll be some I don't know, hope left that not everyone who's missing will never be found. I think that's it. more than anything. But
Mhm.
plus, at least I feel like I can do something when I'm in the moment. I can't do anything sitting at home with my aunt or writing something for the university. I don't know. There's only so much I can do. I want to get out in the field and see the world a bit more and do things. Anyways, how about yourself? How's Boston?
Well, it's fine. It's good. Sophia and I are expecting our first child. We just
Oh.
came here to have a little getaway before, she's unable to travel anymore, and when I finish
Right.
this. So yeah, it's going good. It's going good. I'm kind of hoping that this will put us on the map, if you know what I mean. In the
Yes.
academic circles, that we find something, or I can talk to them, or open up more opportunities to get some of the expeditions that I want going.
Of course,
It's,
yes.
Quite difficult to get the funding when there's so many others going around with deeper pockets than me.
Yeah, that does seem to be a lot of it. It isn't necessarily who understands the most, it's who's got the deepest pockets. That's always been a problem. But,
Let's,
well, yes, hopefully. I hope she's not expecting enough that you are going to be away for it.
No. She's still quite early. We're fine. That's okay. I promised her I'll be back in 2 months.
Good. I hope she's
I
all
know
right.
we're supposed to be 3, but I can speed it up. It shouldn't be a problem. I think, honestly, if I'm honest, Kitty, I think this is just someone who stayed a little bit too long and just needs someone to give them a poke to bring them back.
To be honest, I really hope so. I do not like the dark thoughts that I think about with people going missing.
I know.
Hopefully they're just stuck gambling with a penguin somewhere.
Hopefully not that penguin.
No, they're very good at poker.
How do I lose to a goddamn penguin?
Very badly, I guess. I don't know. I've never been great at gambling myself, but
The weird thing is, the penguin actually raised. I'm not sure how it did that, but it did.
we should
I'm-
probably keep an eye on people who you're gambling with a little better. You're not gambling for money, right?
Only a little bit here and there, not much. Just a.
Okay, well, we were just talking about deep pockets, so be careful with yours.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So,
Oh,
how's your aunt?
And I'll lean in and be like, because I've heard there's a con man around, and I kind of do a little poke towards Lee and be like, I met that lady's son on the station platform, and he was informing me that apparently she might be being conned by this gentleman, but I don't know. She looks very happy, so I'm not really sure, but I know how protective relations can be, and to be honest, if she's happy, then that's fine. Anyway, I shouldn't gossip.
Right, I'll.
Keep your voice down about it. They're literally right
All right,
there.
yeah, sure, Kitty. Yeah, I'll keep my voice down, and I'll just keep an eye on it. I guess I don't. I mean, if she's
I
happy.
don't know
and
what he
she's
expected us
happy-
to do about it, to be honest. He should inform authorities if there was a problem, but anyways. I expect he's just jealous that he's not going to inherit the money that maybe he is.
Most likely. Yeah. I'll leave you to it. I want to get back here and have a look to talk to this lovely gentleman who's a naturalist.
Yes.
Have you seen some of the taxidermy?
I mean, not up close, but I have been. You can't help but look, to be honest, but I don't want to impose myself on the conversation.
All right. Well, don't let. But once we stop, he's going to bring out a walrus, and I think you're going to want to see it.
Oh, goodness, I hear they're extremely large, so I would definitely like to see that.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll leave you to your book, and hey, Kitty, if you need anything, I'm here, right?
Yes, of course. You've always been very kind. Thank you very much. Well, I don't know how I could help, but same.
All right. And he gently places a, like a soft hand on his on her shoulder, just give a little tap and smiles and heads back to the booth with all the seats where everyone else and rejoins the conversation.
As you're returning, you hear the porter say, "It's time for the evening turn down service. If everyone could please. We'll start at the ladies' side of the train and work our way backwards. Miss Staunton, Miss Cartwright, could you please vacate your seats and we will turn them down for the evening service?"
Of course. Stand up, grabbing my journal out of the way, and stand aside and watch them work.
Just a quick question. Are
Yes.
all the carts connected so we can walk through? into the
Um,
thing?
Oh.
Yes, but
But-
it's not really common to walk through a lot of the carts at this point in time, because
Okay.
you are in first class.
So the general kind of
Why would we go
conversation
elsewhere?
stay
Yes.
in this one cart?
Yes, primarily yes. You're just happy you're not in the emigrant class because there are benches. You're just on benches.
Yeah.
For the whole time, you don't get to lay down. And if you're in first class without a bunk reserved, you're just in your seat the whole time, and it's 4 people to a seat.
Well, that won't. I mean, you know what? Ryan just wants to, while they're doing
And
all
it's
this
exposed to
turnover,
the
instead of
elements
just-
and all the dust and stuff. So most people
Yeah.
don't, but you can. It is possible.
I think
They just
I'll
ask
go one.
from you to refrain from the luggage carts because there's
Okay.
different, which is
I
behind
think
you.
Ryan,
In front of you, you
just
can go.
while they're changing everything over, he's gonna go one over, just to have a look.
It is also a first class cabin, but it is not a sleeper cabin. This is the only sleeper car on the train, the Silver Palace car. Not to be confused with the Pullman car. Those don't get instituted on this line until July 1st of 1983, so you're a few months too early. This is the one that is built and patented in Sacramento, California, but it's basically the same thing. They just wanted to make their own and have it be cheaper, so they didn't have to pay the Pullman prices. And then they gave up. So, there you go.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the next first class car and just have
Yep.
a look around. Just have a look, just while
There are
they
oil
turn
lamps
over.
inside of each cabin, turned up for now, but they're starting to turn them down for evening service even in this one. That way people can try to doze off while sitting up. In
Is it
these
busy?
cabins. It's full. Yeah, it's pretty full.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just kind of like stay there, have a look.
You get some
Leave the-
jealous looks from people because they know what car is next to theirs. They know it's the people who got the sleeper car.
Ryan will just kind of friendly smile back and look a bit awkward.
Some are friendly, smiling back as well, but others are just like.
And he does not look rich at this present moment.
No,
at all.
which is why you're getting the looks. If you looked bougie, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." But you're like, "What is he
Yeah.
doing in the sleeper car?
Yeah.
And we have to be out here."
Yeah, sucks to be you.
Basically, yeah. And they make it's quite expedient. You see that the fine linens are brought out. Little mattresses are unfurled, brought from the linen closets, and the seats are folded down. And Miss Staunton's bed is made. With feather pillows and a nice warm flannel blanket. And then the top bunk is done, and a little ladder is placed to the side for Kitty to climb up. And then they go down the list. They go down, they basically they don't do one full side and the other, they bounce back and forth so that way they can go back to front. And everyone's beds are made up and available to them. They took away the crates for the taxidermy, which the platypus is put away into, but because Doris is playing poker, her crate is put away, but she is still out. So, she's just gonna get placed in one of the empty bunk next, across the way from Ryan and Bucky.
Sure, that's fine.
Do I if she's placed up on the top? Am I just lying on my bunk staring at a penguin?
What a day Doris is having.
Yes, you are.
First class.
And she's sitting upright. They doesn't lay her down because it's taxidermy.
Right,
They
they
don't wanna
just-
lay down, so she's sitting upright.
Just
With a
being
tiny
overlooked
sombrero
by a
on.
penguin.
That is terrifying.
I definitely doodle a little sketch in my journal.
Cool. Can you give me a power check?
Oh, God, a power check?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Oh God, how do I do
Have
that
a
again?
stare
Oh wait,
into the eyes.
power. Power's at the top somewhere, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is. Thank you.
What was? that. Oh god. Oh man. Jeez, that was awful.
Yep.
I have high power too.
I know. I was like,
Wow.
she's got this. Nope, thank you. This is
Nope.
gift. My gift. Yeah, you're just staring at Doris, doing a little sketch. The sketch turns out really well.
Okay.
Yeah, really
I kind of-
well.
Yeah.
Like, better than your average sketches and doodles go. Like, it looks really good.
Yep.
Yep.
Kind of surprised by myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it, what sort of time is it? Is this like go to sleep time?
It's basically wind down, go to sleep time. After they make all the
Yeah.
beds for everybody, they give a 10-minute period, and then they're going to turn the oil lamps down in this cabin so it's just dim, so you can still walk and use the lavatories, but not, trip and fall, but still dim enough to sleep. And there's curtains to pull in front of each person's little bunk, so you can have a little bit of privacy. And,
Okay.
and darken it a little bit more.
I think Kitty will go and use the washroom to just sort of like, wash her face and
Yes.
change.
People change into pajamas, yes.
So change into
and
something that's still going to function.
Well, you put the
in
dressing
a-
gown over the nightgown.
Yeah, like very
obviously,
much
yes.
like so she's still wearing probably like a decent amount to go to bed in, but obviously it's getting out of her, like, so she doesn't crease up all of her outerwear and stuff. So, and then she'll sort of
So you're
Lie
not
there.
putting on the aunt's present, right?
very much
Oh, you
not.
can't ask that.
Just wanted to make sure. I gotta be able to visualize things, okay? I gotta make sure.
Why
No.
are you trying to visualize Kitty in her underwear, Tom? Jesus.
Married man, Mr. Hall.
Gotta like get a reaction right. The horrified reaction. That's all.
Right.
No, she's wearing quite. She's still wearing quite a lot. She's maybe sort of. I don't know. I'm trying to think what it would be. Just a chemise, like a long white kind of like nighty type thing, but like very much almost exactly what she was just wearing, but probably a different skirt and less padding and stuff. But really, like you'd hardly sort of know a difference in comparison to nightwear
But it
nowadays.
covers everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is Edwardy and long sleeves and yeah. So, and yes, she very quickly sort of up and in.
Yep.
But I think she probably has the curtain slightly open so she can watch a little bit until she falls asleep.
For sure. I will say the family, they put the daughter on the bottom bunk, and the wife on the top bunk, and then the husband gets the bottom bunk next door. No, I'm sorry, scratch that. The wife is on the bottom bunk next door, so she can tend to the daughter should she need anything, and the man's on the top because he's got to climb up there. And the little girl's like, "Mommy, I want a bedtime story." And mother's like, "Well, all right, Charlotte, maybe it has to be quiet because we don't keep everyone else up." But, Mama, how am I going to hear the bedtime story if it's quiet? And so, a very brief bedtime story about a little princess who goes on a train. It's like 2 minutes and she falls asleep. It's a very short story, but you catch it, y'all hear it, and then
Jones writes a short criticism of the story's structure and pacing.
yes, very fast paced. No drama, just the princess gets whatever she wants the whole time. It's quite unrealistic. Where's the tension? But as the porters are turning down the oil lamps, they said, next stop is going to be at Reno, Nevada territory, 7 a.m., where there'll be a dining hall for breakfast while the train refuels. Thank you, and have a good night.
August,
Yes, Mr. Jones.
do you assume they meant we will eat in a dining hall? I don't want to eat an entire building.
I
I
believe
don't want to
they-
have a dining hall. Yes.
I understand that would be very bad for your digestion system.
Yeah.
I think we will be eating within a building that they refer to as a dining hall.
Thank you for clarifying. I think you're correct. I just wanted to check and see what your opinion was.
I will ensure that you get a table promptly at 7 a.m.
Appreciate that. I would like a bowl of porridge unseasoned.
Of course. And
Well,
August
oh.
has been like starting to fuss with like his collar and stuff because he doesn't know when he's meant to be getting changed. He's done exactly what he's told this whole time, and he's got like this little red mark going
Everyone
on
else
here.
is in pajamas and is climbing under their bunks, basically.
Yeah. Jones is in his business pajamas, which
Enlighten
is
us.
canonical to this character, that he has pajamas which have a sleeping tie, just in case he has a dream about a business
That's
meeting.
super safe.
Mhm.
I love sleeping in a tie.
Mhm.
Yep, I love that.
But it's fitted so it can't get tighter. So you know,
Good.
he doesn't
Okay,
want
that's
choking
good.
to sleep.
All right.
Yeah, I sewed it in for him so he wouldn't lose it.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
It's not adjustable.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Well, less checks will be made now.
Phew. Already rolling against the penguin.
Well, yes.
Mr. Jones, is it alright for me to turn in?
August, I suggest that you change into a sleeping attire.
Oh, of course, Mr.
There's a closet across from the lavatory.
Yes, sir.
All right. Don't let any of these women see your ankles or anything like that. Never know who you can trust. I believe that woman in the front has a young boy toy that she is holding hands with.
I
She's
would
like
never
me now.
doubt your observation.
She sleeps on the bottom bunk.
Very good. Well, it is 9 o'clock, so it is my time to fall asleep. Good night, August.
Good
And he
night,
falls
Mr.
asleep.
Jones.
And you fall
passes out.
asleep. Just KO.
Making all of us jealous with the ability to fall asleep right away whenever he wants.
Absolutely. The gentle rocking of the train holding steady at 22 miles per hour as it chugs along on its way to Reno, Nevada, which at this time has a population of 4,000 people, which is quite big for the time, considering that San Francisco, well, no. Let's see, Sacramento's 27,000, so it's big for out there. Most of these stops don't have any population, so yeah, it's a good site. It's a good little city that they've got there.
Good for them.
Good for them. Got 4,000 people at this time, and open at 7 a.m. for breakfast. So you assume the porters will generally wake you up an hour beforehand. So we woken up at 6 a.m. Or at least the lamps will be turned up, and let's start to make the beds back down into chairs. And everyone falls into a nice sleep. Unless you have trouble sleeping. Does anyone have trouble sleeping?
I think Mina doesn't fall asleep pretty easily. I don't think she's slept very well for, say, 10, 11 months since her husband died. But she has a little carriage clock that has a portrait of him, like a photo in his army regalia. And so she looks at that, and that's how she falls asleep eventually.
Across the way, your fellow widow in this cabin, Miss Price, notices and goes, "It gets better with time, darling."
I mean, I hope so.
Well, may you be as lucky as I am and find another loved one.
And Mina is like, she gives her like the knowing, yeah, you seem to have done well for yourself.
And she has a look of like, oh yes, I have. And then, settles back in, groans a little bit as she adjusts her back, and drifts off.
I think Kitty also doesn't sleep too, or she takes a while to fall asleep.
Oh, but once you
nights.
fall asleep, you sleep so soundly.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very deep sleep. You're gonna feel so rested. And you have a dream.
I thought we were going there.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a dream. Kate. Kitty. Not you. You dream you are in a jungle. I don't think Kate's ever been to, or not Kitty has ever been to a jungle before, so, but you've seen pictures in books and things. So you're able to recognize that this is a jungle, that you're dreaming, probably. And you're in a dense jungle. The air is warm, humid. The trees are huge. Big trees, lots of ferns about. Sorry, this is not the right. Oh, did I get a good one? We'll just do this one. This one should be good. That's too Western. Whatever. We'll just you'll be in the dream world. You're dreaming. You're in a jungle. What do you do as you find yourself in this jungle? Deep jungle.
Oh, I think she's looks around for any signs, any footprints, anything that might draw
Wonderful.
her a certain direction.
Can you give me a spot hidden or track check?
Yes. Spot hidden. Oh no, spot hidden is much better. Still failed. Wow. Okay, I'm starting this adventure off well. These are my
Cool.
highest levels, so.
You're doing great. You don't see any tracks, but as you turn around, there is a penguin.
Yeah, that figures. I figured that would probably come into the dream.
It looks a lot like Doris.
Does it have the hat?
No.
Okay. But I recognize it as Doris.
It looks a lot like. I mean, it might not be. It's
Yeah.
You don't
I mean,
know.
like, I think
how do you
all
tell
penguins
penguins
in my
apart?
head are
Yeah.
now going to be Doris.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have any cards?
No.
Hello. I kind of like peer around Doris, like
Yeah.
she's like got me in a death stare, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wonder, do they follow me if I move?
Doris does not move.
I reach out a hand to like shake the hand, the flipper of Doris. Oh.
Doris does not move, but you can grab the flipper and move it.
I will.
A little crunchy.
I think she will.
It's a
Okay,
tattoo.
all right, so it's okay. I let go before I break a flipper off.
Yeah. Supple enough to do it, but a little crunchy enough to make you go, oh yeah, right, taxidermy.
I think I will turn around to face the direction that Doris is facing and start walking.
Yeah. Yeah, can you give me a listen check with plus 20, because you're in a dream?
Is there a way for me to like put a plus 20 or
We'll
just
just add a 20 afterwards, yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh wait, with a plus 20? So
With 55, you're good.
Got you.
It's almost a hard success, but it's a definite success. So it's a strong success.
Oh, it is? I thought, okay.
It'd have to be a 60 to be a hard success, to be half. So.
Oh, I see. You're giving me the. I got you.
Yes.
Got
yes.
you. Not
Making
adding
it
to
easier.
The,
No, not
making
more
it easier,
difficult.
not harder.
Making it easier
Got
for you. So it was 30 out of 55. You hear something. Kitty. Voice sounds familiar.
I definitely pick up my pace and head towards the sound.
It's hard to tell what direction it's coming from, but you definitely hear it again. Kitty! It sounds
Where are you?
like your dad.
I feel like she's had dreams like this a bunch.
Yeah. Never in a jungle, though.
No, never in a jungle. And
Colorado
never with a
isn't
penguin.
famous for its jungles.
Yeah.
And
she...
you feel vibrations through the ground.
The sound from the sort of direction of the
It's the ground itself feels as if it's vibrating.
vibrating.
And
I
you
think
feel it
she's-
rhythmically, and you hear one last call of "Kitty, run!" And then
I think she's really
you
running
wake
at this
up.
point. Oh, okay. She's running.
You start
looking
running, and
until
you
I
feel
wake
one
up.
last large like vibration, and you sit upright. Thankfully, there's enough space that you don't hit your head on the train thing.
Yeah.
You sit upright. You're in a cold sweat. Can you make me a sanity check, please? First sanity check of
Yeah.
the game, folks.
Ooh.
You're good. You don't lose any sanity, and you remember this dream.
Okay. But she's definitely like shaken by it. Like
It's a
'cause
little,
I think
it's
there's
a little weird. Yeah.
it's like worse than some she's had, and I think waking up in a strange place, so it takes a second to go, where am I?
And you
Doesn't
know how
help
that you had
matters.
curtains around your little bunk
Yeah.
to separate from the aisle? The curtain between you and the bunk next to you isn't closed anymore, and Doris is still sitting there, just like you left her. But the
I
curtain's
think
open, which is weird 'cause you didn't open it.
Yeah. I think she shuts it because even though it's a penguin, I think
Yes.
she's like she doesn't want anyone to see her like
Understandable.
like this. So she just pull it shut and maybe scoot away from it and just sit there for a bit, kind of trying to calm herself down before she tries to go back to sleep. She doesn't want to go straight back into the same dream, so it's like...
Yeah, it takes you a while, and you're able to doze, but it's hard to get a... You feel pretty rested from that sleep, weirdly, but it's hard to fall back asleep. So I think you're just gonna... It's a couple hours before you're supposed to wake up, so you probably just toss and turn a bit.
I think she kind of tosses and turns. She maybe gets her journal out and writes down some of that, and just tries to kind of like get her mind off it in a way by just writing stuff. Is there are there windows right by?
Yes, there are. They're currently drawn to keep some of the sunlight out, but you can see around the edge of the window, pull down, cracks of light starting to come up as dawn is approaching.
Okay. I think
Saturday,
even though she
April
can't
7th,
crack the window,
1883.
she'll probably
just
just
peek around the little paper.
grab the edge of
Yeah.
the thing and just peek out to kind of again
Can
settle
see the
herself as to
beautiful
where she is.
sunrise coming up over the Nevada territory. And as everyone begins to awaken, as the porters turn up the lights, you hear the porters moving around and starting to make up the beds, in the opposite order as the same order as they made them. Basically, they're unmaking them. So they politely ask Ms. Staunton and Mrs. Cartwright to wake up at their leisure and so that they can remake the beds for sitting for the day.
I pretty much get up straight away because I've been awake. So as soon as they're there, it's like she climbs down and goes wash her face.
They take your wedding first while Mina wakes up, basically. Make your bed, and they make Mina's, and they go down the whole train that way. So everyone is awoken. Everyone else, you had, normal train sleep, however that was. Everyone else made good power checks. I had to make power checks. Okay. And I think we're going to end our session as you hear... Not that... there we go. As the train whistle goes off, as you pull into Reno Station, Nevada Territory, morning of Saturday, April 7th, 1883. Yay! Awesome, y'all, because I know it's getting late for some of y'all, so we're gonna go around. We're gonna say who you are, where we can find you, and your highlights, your favorite moments from tonight's game. We'll start in the same order as we did earlier. Maybe I'll flip it up next week, I don't know, but we're gonna start off with the Hot Flakes himself, Ryan Hawks. How was today for you?
Oh, it was so much fun. I love coming back to all of this. Call of Cthulhu with Lindy and all you guys. It's just, I missed it so much. I missed it so much. It's great, and it was good playing Ryan Hawks somewhat again, but slightly different from the other Ryan Hawks that I played. But it's great. It's just one of the first episode is always a lot of fun because you get to meet all the characters and you see the interactions and then the chemistry and everything, and then you start to see slowly building up, and it's just an absolute blast. And as always with your games, Lindy, there's always a little bit of horrifying Doris. And but a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, what's my favorite? Oh man, it's got to be when Doris was brought. I'm sorry, I love Doris. Every single campaign when I see Doris come out is just...
And Doris loves
magic.
you, Tom.
It's the face. It always makes me laugh. It's great. It never... How can a face, such a emotionless face, have so much emotion in it? I feel like that face is staring at me and it's judging me. It's great. I love it.
Wonderful.
For myself, I am pretty much Hot Flakes Tom, wherever on the internet you can find me. I sometimes stream. Yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that's about it for Mina as well today. How was tonight for you, Susie?
It was good. I haven't played a game like this in a good long while, so it's good to get back into it and meet everybody's characters. This is going to be one hell of a ragtag group, I think. Once shit starts going down, God knows how we're going to make this work, but we'll have to. I think my favorite bit for tonight's session was Edison talking, like saying, "Oh, hello, how's it been? Okay, that's enough small talk, bye," and then leaving. Iconic behavior. What an icon. And yeah, it's just like getting to know everybody, each one's little interactions, and it was really good. I'm very much looking forward to where it goes. As for me, I'm all over the internet at Susanna Grace, or on my Twitch channel, which is now called Hello, It's Me, Bobby, where tomorrow I will be painting this little Gundam that I lost an arm on last week. So we're gonna scuff it up and ruin its life. So join me tomorrow for that.
Nice. My favorite. Scuffing it up. Speaking of scuffing it up and ruining lives, August, Hope, Charlie, how was tonight for you?
It's super fun. I had the best time just watching everybody else. It's like a family reunion.
I know, right?
In the most true messed up family kind of a way. It's just been great, and thank you to everyone who came along to watch our first episode, and hopefully we'll see you again for the next one. Yeah, I'm so happy we're all playing again.
Me too.
Yeah, nothing for me to really plug. I'm around, I exist, I roleplay, and I'm just really happy to be back, so thank you all very much.
Thank you. Someone who's around and roleplays would be Edison Jones.
That's me. Hey, I'm Doc. I had a great time, and I was just thinking, like Susie reminded me, but like Edison's a character I play on a Red Dead Redemption roleplay server, and I've been playing him for years and years, and so he's got all this built-in lore and quirks and weirdness, and the way he walks out of small talk situations, and just to be able to translate that and make facial emotions at the same time is fun. And so he came preloaded. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, he had all this stuff, which makes this way easier for me. But I think my highlight today, and I get the feeling I'm going to say this over and over, was Frost from Fire, and getting to play, because I love role playing with Charlie, but I love Edison having a man. This is my man, August Hope, and the contrast between those two weirdos is delightful. So I can't wait to see how that develops over the course of things. I'm not streaming right now. This is the only game I got going right now, and I'm, like everyone else, so happy to be here with such lovely folks, and it's going to be fun.
Speaking of lovely folks that are fun, Kitty Cartwright. Sweet dreams. How are you?
But it's me. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. I mean, ditto on everything. It's so nice to be playing any kind of TTRPG again and streaming one, and with all these folks is amazing. It feels like it's been too long, and I haven't done a Call of Cthulhu for a while, so this is going to be interesting if we survive long enough. Who knows? I'm already worried about my character having nightmares about penguins, so it could be over soon. I haven't actually thought of a second character, so I don't know if I need to do that. But
we'll cross that bridge if it happens.
Yeah, they can come back as undead. Anyway, who knows? It's just good fun. I don't think I've been DM'd by you either, Lindy. So we've played together in Call of Cthulhu stuff, but so this is gonna be fun. Gosh, highlights are always so hard. I mean, there's so many, but I really did enjoy Bucky Boone's opening, and knowing through our session 0 that we've got a con man in our team, but we don't know that yet, is just golden. I love, like, being the outside eye going, oh, this is good, but it's terrible for us, but so good. So I can't wait to see how that all plays out. And the fact that another con man was sort of thrown in.
There's a con man on this train.
It's just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. But there was just so many wonderful moments. Mostly you can find me here every Wednesday now. I'm really bad at using social media. I'm also a bit crazy about having too many different names. So you can find me on Twitter and things. I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter. Under I do have the Actors at Work one, but I've got Kate Madison RP. And I'm also on Twitch. I do stream on Thursday nights with a friend. We're about to start playing Split Fiction. So I'm very excited about that tomorrow, because we love all their other games. So me and Bonnie are going to be playing that tomorrow night on my channel, or both our channels. Mine's Kate Madison at Twitch. So feel free to join us for some craziness on there. That'll be fun. And then next week I'll be back here to do more and see what happens.
Excellent, excellent. And of course, last but certainly not least, Hollowtail. Bucky Boone, how is today for you?
Hey, it was awesome. I mean, seconded with a lot of what people are saying. Like, it's lovely to be back on stream with yourself and playing a game with you, Lindy, but also it's wonderful to play with a few people here that I've not played with in a long time, and some new faces as well. That is just brilliant. I mean, everybody's been great. I think in regards to favorite moments, there is too many. There's so many, and most of you have stolen some of the ones I was going to say. I just love all the characters. They're absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see how much more how dysfunctional this gets as we go along. That's for sure, with the mix that we have. But I will highlight your absolute demon child, Lindy, because I mean, you're usually good at playing absolute gremlins of children.
Yeah.
So that was a highlight. I love the interactions there, and Edison's suspicion of the child was wonderful.
I'm not saying it's not warranted. So
exactly. As for where you can find me, I mean, here every Wednesday, of course. But aside from that, I'm kind of not in many places at the moment, but you can hear me on the YouTube channel, The Templin Institute, as I'm the narrator on that channel currently. So, yeah.
Thank you. And that just leaves me. I'm going to give love to each and every person here today. I'm going to do it in reverse order, because that's how I'm looking at you guys right now. So my love for Bucky is him just being like, yeah, no, I'll be here for service tomorrow, and then just fucking off with the alms box and being like, nope, this is my pocket money now. I'm on a train. Woo! And then being told about the con man and being like, oh yeah, really? Like, I could almost see in your face the good. They won't think it's me. The look, and I loved that. Kitty, poor Kitty. I really loved how she handled her aunt, and how she continually thinks about what would my aunt do or say in this scenario. Like, the little aunt on her shoulder cracks me up, and I am here to facilitate that throughout this campaign. Edison Jones' punctuality. I'm excited to see it absolutely ruined over the course of this campaign.
Oh, unravel it.
I'm here for it.
Break him apart.
He's gonna be beautiful to unravel, or he will shock us all and be like the most intact, having barely lost anything at the end of this campaign. There's only 2 routes he goes that I can see, and I can't wait for either one of them. Bless his heart, Mr. August Hope. He is precious and needs protecting, and I think that child might try to befriend him or be a bully to him, and I'm not sure which one yet. We're gonna find out maybe next week. I'll have to sleep on it and have Doris influence me. So I can't wait for that. Mina Staunton, I love this classy, confident lady who is still mourning her husband. It's very, very sad, but I think maybe I think she's gonna have some good interactions with everybody on this train, these tracks of terror, and I can't wait to see her develop more. And of course, Ryan Hawks, I am here to see Tom play his own grandpa of his former characters, and just get all up in them bones. You like
Can I
bones?
say it's really nice that we established in the first episode that she was already pregnant, so now
Yes,
he can die.
now he can
It
die.
won't affect
Absolutely.
the timeline.
That is
Yeah.
established. Yeah, it's just how tragic is this gonna be now? And then of course, kudos to her because she looks fucking majestic in sepia, and I did not realize this until now. So that's my love for this. Thank you all so much for hanging out and playing, and thank you all so much for watching. I cannot wait to dive into this beautiful, bright new day. And nothing could go wrong. 1883, sunny Nevada, in Salt Lake City by tomorrow. Sure, everything will be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. And maybe, find out how good the lunch food is. Till then, you can find me here on Laugh Love Lindy every Wednesday. This is going to be a weekly campaign. We are doing it at 7:30 UK time, which will change at the end of the month. So March 30th, you guys shift over and join us. So right now it is at 3:30 Eastern. Beginning in April, it will be at 2:30 Eastern. Just to keep people here and playing. So that'll be that. We don't have a Monday campaign currently because we unexpectedly wrapped that up. But next Tuesday, we will have Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which I am GMing, and it'll be a grand old time. They're going to a undead island full of maybe cultists, maybe dead cultists. Who knows? We'll find out. And on Saturday, I have heard back repeatedly, which is a good sign, from producer Trav, that we will have Aliens Shadow of Orion come back after a 2-year hiatus, because, if there's nothing that I can't do, it's bring back a dead campaign, or an on-pause campaign. I am, if not, nothing if but persistent, and some of these people here nod, and because they know, because they're my GMs and they know. I'm looking at you too, Leslie, and, yeah, that'll be it. And you can find me on Trooper SJP's channel for the next several weeks for his Traveler campaign, and on Praxagora Thesmophoria's channel for Greyhawk stuff. I'm a barbarian. I'm basically strong, big of heart, dumb of ass, and I make it weird, and it's great. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, have fun and play games.